Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the 8th episode of Caches and Cantrips, where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. Here in Campaign 2, I should add. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Bunny Dreadful, Nina Nikolic, Ritual Spectre, and Moves Like Jagger from the GG crew. Mac will be here momentarily. She is stuck in traffic, unfortunately, for the holiday weekend. But she'll be here. With that being said, it feels like 1,000 years since we played.
I was going to say it feels like 1,000 degrees in here, and I was like,
it does feel like 1,000 degrees in here as well.
It's hot. It's hot too.
It's hot. It's
Hot
cold
too.
here.
It was a Pootie Tang reference. I don't think anyone got it.
I don't remember the last time I even watched that movie, to be honest. I think I watched it like maybe once.
I watched it so long ago.
A couple of exciting things. Number one, we have new emotes. Thanks to Bun for making a new series of emotes based on Cooter's Ray of Sickness. So feel free to use those to express yourself.
To express yourself.
Yeah, to express your inner sickness. I don't know. Your inner disgust, I guess. Oh, man. Anyway. Oh, I totally forgot that you could chain it together like that, too. You can have as many middle pieces as you want.
Just make it rain, baby.
What's the range on that?
Go as far as you want.
It's 60 feet. 60
What's
pubes.
the range on Twitch? It's as long as you want. However the emote goes.
Each emote square is 5 feet.
That's canon now. In other news, I just checked this morning, and I think we are 70% of the way there for how many watch hours that we need before we get partnership. So thank you all for watching and listening and looking at our videos and stuff. I know last week was a little rocky. We had some cancellations and stuff, but it's okay. Life happens. We're back in the swing of things now. And with that being said, next week,
I will not be streaming.
Yeah, you won't be arting on Tuesday, but I'm going to be on Monday.
You guys doing Monday? Are you sure?
I don't know.
I don't think you are.
I guess I'll ask Moves and BS.
Oh, this coming Monday? I mean, I'm available.
Yeah.
Am I doing something?
You
It's 4th
are.
of
You
July?
might.
Is that
You might
when
be
is 4th of
available.
July?
Yeah.
Well, this is the 4th of July weekend for us here in the States.
Oh, no. That well, we have to be home before the show because we have to get the dogs, so I'll be home.
Yeah.
I'll be here. We're doing it.
Okay. Just making sure you thought through that. I just been making sure so that we could announce it. Okay.
I did think through because we'll have to be home because we got to get the pups before that anyway.
Pups.
Anyway, speaking of, I don't know, I lost my train of thought, but go listen to our podcast. that's the awesome segue. Go listen to our podcast too, if you want it in audio form and not. What is the visual? I almost said ocular form, but that's not the right words.
Our faces. You just don't think we're cute. I don't know. And you just don't want to watch, so you gotta listen. That's fine.
Yeah,
we understand. We understand.
But yeah, with that being said, we have Toma Knowledge Monday nights at 6 p.m. Where we have a schedule now. I can say what we're actually going to talk about unless it changes. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'm totally prepared with my schedule.
While you're looking, we are still always looking for ideas. So if you have any ideas, please go to the Discord and tell us what you want to hear us talk about. And why it's
Toma Knowledge ideas
yet again.
Oh,
yeah, they're more like guidelines. Not set in stone.
Yeah. So this Monday, though, I believe is a topic that Village had suggested in reference to D&D's economy, how to prevent players from breaking it and how to break it if you're a player and how all that stuff works. So thanks, Village,
She
for
wants
that.
you to tell her how to break it?
Yeah.
She's trying to get the cheat codes?
Yeah. So that'll be Monday.
Let's go.
Tuesday nights, At 7 p.m. we have streams with Bun where she does art, but not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
This Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, whichever one that's not 4th of July.
We'll be doing some more. I think we're going to go back to doing some Disney Princess D&D
on stream.
Yeah, I want to finish one more on stream. So if you want to see what I interpret a Disney character into a D&D class, and we'll talk about subclasses that they might be.
Does
Come here.
Gaston count as a princess?
He does now.
Because you willed it to be so.
But only if you hang out with me and sing his song.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh man. Anyway, we also have on Thursdays is our Out of Combat, which talks about the after episode behind the scenes stuff. It's only on YouTube and our Patreon, only on YouTube and our podcast, the early access on Patreon. But anyway, thanks for hanging with us. Go check out YouTube, Discord, our Patreon as well. But I think that's all I have to talk about for now. Oh, I just want to say this because I know it's far in the future, but I want to get this on people's minds. Another fun announcement for Toma Knowledge. I talked to Maximus' dad the other day. We had this great idea, and sometime in the month of July, my dad's going to come on to Toma Knowledge and talk about playing D&D with us in the late 80s, early 90s, which will be super fun.
Oh,
That's gonna be
cool.
something. If you all don't, I know he comes to Jazz sometimes, but if you all don't know Maximus' dad, get ready.
I asked him about it, and he remembered a whole lot more than I thought he would because he only played it. Well, you'll figure it out. You'll learn more then. I don't want to give away too much,
But probably learn more than you ever wanted to know. Honestly,
probably
good time.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. But anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode 8 of Castles and Cantrips, campaign 2.
Oh boy.
Our story last left off with the wayward crew making their way back to the city-state of Linares. On their journey back, the sky opened up to produce some torrential rain. On their second day of travel, the group crossed a small stream in the jungle, and while traversing the terrain, they were ambushed by large insect-like creatures. Several members of the crew were incapacitated by the creatures, but ultimately the party was able to prevail in battle against them. After several days, the group finally made it back to the city-state of Linares. The party went to their usual tavern and inn called the Albatross to clean up, get some food, and get some much-needed rest. The following morning, the group made their way to the large Cathedral of the Lightsmith to report back to High Priest Adamir. The party informed the High Priest that they had brokered a deal for a meeting between the two factions at a later date that had not been set. The High Priest took great offense to the group making a deal with the Druids without proper authorization. He informed the party that a deal of such magnitude would need to be approved by not only the Marquise, but the Archsmith as well. While that meeting was being prepared for a future date, the High Priest gave a choice of some additional work for the party. The first option consisted of protecting an envoy to some nearby islands to perform geological surveys in search of new minerals and materials to meet their recent growing demand of forged goods. The second option involved protecting ambassadors on their way to Antess to negotiate a new trade agreement. The High Priest also informed the party that they could also be more than welcome to assist in the negotiations in any way that they saw fit. During the exchange with the High Priest, Taj used the opportunity to become invisible. She made her way back into the office and lifted a key to a safe from the High Priest. She quietly opened the safe and was able to grab a small leather pouch containing gems as well as some important documents that were found inside, of which have yet to be identified. And that is where we'll begin our episode this evening. So if I remember correctly, you had just left the office. He gave you the rest of the day to make your decision. with the following day being when you'd report back to him.
Right, so we have 2 jobs to pick from.
Should we do both of them? Well, okay, I didn't realize how much money, I think it's called, is needed on the surface. And I feel like they need it for everything. Like everything.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
It's so bizarre. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that.
Well, how do you
I don't
buy things where
usually
you're
need
from?
this much money.
We don't buy things.
You don't buy anything?
No, everyone just contributes to society.
Do you barter for things?
No, you just do your part, and then there's food if you need it. It's really easy. It makes so much more sense.
Oh,
What-
what a
what-
marvelous place.
What,
Oh,
what if
I
you
mean,
need to
there's
buy
downsides too.
a new outfit? What would you do then?
I mean, you just ask someone who can make an outfit to make one for you, and they'll just make it for you.
I'd love to visit your home someday, Amy.
We should definitely do that. But you might die because you'd probably drown before we got there.
Oh.
Oh, except Hayden, he has that cloak now. So Hayden, if you want to visit my home, we have really good food and we have a really extensive library. I don't know. There's not really a whole lot else there. Lots of druids.
It's a possibility.
We could take turns with the cloak, and we could go visit, and then. But there's really no reason. There's nothing. I mean, we don't have money, and so we wouldn't really get anything out of it. Unless you really like coral, I guess, or like pearls. I don't know. They're kind of boring. A lot of those, though. Yes, lots of pearls.
Oh, it's like quite valuable up here.
Really? Because they're people just throw them away. It's not even they're in the food and you just you don't want it. So,
Well, let's start a disposal agency, and all the discarded pearls will handle it.
I mean, we use them for things. We make jewelry with them, but it's it's like jewelry for little kids. It's not valuable.
They can be quite useful.
Oh yeah, well, there's magical uses for them. Of course, we save them for that, but usually everybody only really needs one. Just one pearl is usually all you need if you need it for a spell.
Well, note to self: go to Emmy's home one day and collect all the pearls.
Oh
Take
yeah,
to the
I'm sure they'd
garbage.
just give us plenty of them. They'd say, "Here, you can have them," but it would be rude not to eat the oysters that they come out of. Of course, you'd have to eat a lot.
Oh, I can easily eat 2 dozen.
Yeah, we don't cook them. Is that okay? I know up here they fry them or something, but we don't do that.
Oh no, we eat raw oysters here. It's fine.
Wait, you do? Where? Could we do that? Could we get some?
You could get some from the tavern where we stay.
Oh, I'm feeling kind of
many.
homesick. That would be really nice.
Guess we're ordering oysters. Barkeep, do you happen to have any fresh oysters today?
Divine fresh.
Oh, maybe
edible.
did you get them 5 minutes ago?
No.
Oh, maybe
Morning
we should
patch?
just wait and we could get
Yesterday
oysters
morning?
when we visit my home. Oh, that's kind of weird.
I mean, if you
It's
don't
okay,
want the
I'd
oysters,
still
you
eat
don't want the
them.
oysters.
Oh no! I'd like the oysters, please.
All right then. Well, you all know the rules. Fresh oysters on Twins Day and Fires Day.
What's today? I don't have a watch.
Sunday.
I don't know what to do with that.
I don't remember how to keep track of that.
Quarters the 15th Sunday. Fresh oysters Twins Day. 2 days from now.
I can't keep all the days straight. Why do you all name them such confusing things?
Oh, it's easy, Emmy. You just count them on your hands.
Okay. Today is
Are you telling me you don't know your days of the week?
Well, I mean,
Sun Day, Moon Day, Twins Day, Woods Day, Thorns Day, Fires Day, Satyrs Day. It's not that hard.
She's a
That's
bit
really hard.
from a far-off place. They don't quite use the same calendar.
Their education is different to ours.
It's of no mind, though.
We could just make 2 days, Emmy. We don't have to eat them today.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we didn't have any lemon, I wouldn't eat them.
With lemon? Oh, interesting.
Anyway,
I find it so strange.
We're
You
off
always have
track.
to add things to your food.
What lemon is citrus flavor enhances the oysters. You must
No,
try it.
I just, you never, on the surface, you never just like eat a thing.
Oh, I do. I eat many things, sometimes together, sometimes
That's what I mean.
separately.
Together, we don't eat things. You just eat like
Well,
a
yes,
fish.
sometimes I just eat, and then she just sees like a piece of lettuce or a blade of grass, and just sometimes I just.
Excellent, Kuda. Well, anyways, we're off track here. We'd have to decide which job we want to take.
What were they saying about those minerals?
I believe they need to harvest the minerals from the isles and return. And the other job is
There was-
negotiating job, some trade deal of some sort.
There was something more there. I certainly would love to investigate that.
We should choose the mineral job.
I do want to look at that, if no one would mind, if it wouldn't be an inconvenience to everything that all of you were doing. I don't even know why I'm here anymore, but the prospect of knowledge keeps me waddling forward.
And I don't have much of an interest in trade disputes, so I think that leaves the one choice for me.
Well, excellent. Easy decision.
All agreed?
Yes, agreed.
Wonderful.
Agreed.
I
What time of day is it, would you say?
Don't even get me
So
started on the times of day.
Apparently, I know this. I couldn't tell you myself, but apparently it's something I know
what's that?
with
The
my
times of-
keen mind.
the times
I
of
have the
day.
keenest of mind.
We'll say that your meeting took the better part of the morning, so it's like in the afternoon now, lunchtime or so. You have until tomorrow to tell them your choice.
There is precisely 6 hours left until sunset.
That's amazing.
Yes, quite. I didn't know how that came to me. I guess I just know things.
Well, I hope you all don't mind if I excuse myself for a while. I must find an armor smith. And actually, I know one. And have something new made, if you don't mind.
Oh, are you going to see Priestess Saria?
That was my first choice.
Oh, can I come with?
Oh, I'd also love to see the construction. I'm always fascinated by the fabrication of objects.
Well, she probably already has a set made, but you're more than welcome to come.
I was just thinking that Azric and Taj would probably go accept the job, and I didn't really want to talk to that man again because I didn't really care for him. I thought he was rude.
Oh, well, I mean, we have a whole day. We don't have to tell him today.
Oh, okay. Well, then we could do both. I don't like him very much. He's really mean to Samuel. And Yeah.
But
Right.
love, the sooner we tell him, the better, so that he does not find out what I took. The longer we wait,
oh.
the longer he knows.
Well, I was
What?
hoping we'd discuss some business before we decide what job to take. If as a crew, of course.
Hmm? And I pull out the paper. What's on it?
So you grabbed like a couple papers from the safe, and these papers are describing almost like a work order, and sort of by letter, like trying to negotiate prices. And from what you can see on this, the first part of this is a renegotiation from Ontes working through the Lightsmith in Linares, basically trying to get like a bulk discount on basically goods being made for them. And then you see another sheet of paper behind that, and it is an insane amount of things they're trying to order: shields, armor, helmets, swords, weapons, in the hundreds upon hundreds, maybe even thousands.
Like the churches, or like, or they want to buy it from the church?
Ontes, the city-state of Ontes, is trying to negotiate with the Church of the Lightsmith to basically purchase these things, like to basically order them to make them for them.
Oh, so
John,
this is
that's
a
where we currently are.
negotiation.
No, you are on Linares. Ontes is the opposite side of the Pinnacle Depths. Other side there. So it's the northernmost island.
Let's show the map.
Don't mind if I do.
Well, that is probably the negotiation job he wants us to do.
Yep. Ontes, way up here. And
I
you
totally
all
spelled that
are
right in
way
my
down
notes.
Here.
It looks like they might be going to war.
You're right. The only reason for someone to order such vast amounts of armor and weaponry is not just for defense.
But who would they go to war with?
Truths, perhaps?
Make a history roll for anyone who's interested.
Yeah. That is not my specialty, but the 5.
15?
Mine's quite good. I was just very slow on the get.
So let me know what yours is for Cooter.
Okay. With my new dice. Yeah, that was a 16.
Okay, so Azric, you're like, you have no idea who they're gonna go to war with. Much do you even care? Does that bother you really? Do you take interest in that? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Emmy, as well as Cooter. Emmy, you've probably read up a lot of the history of just the area of Irvos, about the surface people and kind of what they got into in the past. And then Cooter, you probably just lived it. Since you're old, you lived the history to some extent. Out of all of the city-states, Ontes is the most militaristic. Most of the territory that they've gained around, because their island is one of the smaller ones in the Broken Continent, but a lot of the outlying islands that sort of border, they have taken control of all of them. They've done it by force. And they have been known to war with other city-states over disagreements. You name it. They've probably had a war at some point trying to gain territory or things like that. So while the city-states sort of have a loose-ish alliance, maybe, they're not one cohesive unit by any means. They're all self-governed and are their own entities.
I do remember from my time at home, we would always see the military coming and going from their island on Tess, so I do hope there's not another war coming. It's such a horrible time. So much death and famine. Good thing I could live on the weeds and the reeds, but that's not the same for many other people.
Do you really think there will be war again? Maybe my dad was right. He said the surface folks just want to fight and kill and war and steal.
There are always going to be people who fight for power, that's true. The times of peace are not long enough for us to truly enjoy by the time someone else comes up and starts causing trouble.
That is just the way of life.
It's the way of two-legged crazy people. I only walk on two legs so you guys don't hurt me.
What do you mean by
what?
that, Cuter? That's absurd. If you
Well,
are...
not you
What?
specifically. When I say you guys, I'm being inclusive of the broader of humanistic forms you all are. Dangerous beings, you.
Oh, you mean like how many eat turtles and tortoises
No!
for dinner? Oh, should I not have said that? Oh gosh, nobody
there
eats
are turtles and there are turtles, but sometimes they cross over and sometimes it's just... Oh,
I mean, I would
They
never
have-
eat a turtle.
well, sometimes it's hard to tell the young'uns apart.
Someone ate your young ones?
Some, well, not us. We know the difference. But it's not the most... It's definitely not something we try to stay away from that. Just don't cook a turtle bisque in front of me, please.
That's no problem. I don't even know what a bisque is.
It's kind of like a soup.
I don't really know how to make a soup either.
It's kind of like hot water with bits in it.
Ew.
But you like water. You live in water, no?
Yeah, but I like clean water that I can breathe in.
Well, it's kind of like breathing it, except different. You breathe it through the other hole.
Well, I know how to eat.
It's like as if your air was turned into food. That's a soup.
Ew.
You get used to it. I'll make you a good one later.
Okay, well, I'll try it. But no turtle soup. I understand.
Please. And thank you.
And no turtle biscuits or turtle wrapped in seaweed or turtle served in a clamshell. No turtle. Yeah, I just won't eat any turtle. Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bucket would appreciate it.
Well, Bucket's not a turtle. Well, he can be a turtle, but Bucket's a crab. And I definitely eat crabs. Close your ears.
Doesn't-
Bucket. Bucket's kind of like...
Doesn't it clarify, Bucket?
What? Sorry.
Oh, well.
Doesn't it terrify, Bucket? Poor
Did I eat crabs?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's not technically a crab. He just chooses to look like a crab.
Oh.
Well, they are tasty. So,
Yeah, they're really good.
Bucket
Sorry,
is
Bucket.
not a crabs. It's not a crustacean.
Bucket's, he's like a spirit. Mm-hmm.
oh,
A ghost.
No.
While that conversation was happening, could Hayden attempt to walk out of the place
Yeah.
quietly?
we're just following you while we ramble.
Oh, we were
We're
already
just
on the
having
way.
this conversation.
We
following
can,
you.
yeah.
Wait, is
Walking and
everybody
talking.
coming?
I could imagine you though, like as we're having this conversation, you just start like walking out, and we're just
I
like,
imagine
oh,
he's trying
guess
to
we're
lose us at this
leaving.
point."
Let's go then.
So who's coming with me? Everyone?
I'm coming.
I'm
Okay.
coming.
You two. All right, we'll say we left after you were talking to everybody.
I'm not sure if Taj and Azric are joining us to see.
Please go ahead. I need to have a conversation with Taj.
Okay, we'll see you later at the tavern. For dinner.
Great.
Not turtle. Dinner.
Probably best if you not bring it up again. I mean,
Okay.
All right, moving along. Daylight's ticking away.
So you're heading over to Soraya's.
Yeah, to see if I can pick up some new armor.
Sure. You stop by Soraya's sort of smaller forge on the edge of town. And you can see her sort of what looks like making maybe a dagger or something along those lines. And she's certainly hammering it out on the anvil as you come up, and she sort of sees you all coming and wipes her brow, quenches the in progress dagger, and sort of puts her arms crossed.
My
What the-
apologies for the interruption. Hoping to purchase some armor. If you have any on hand, or perhaps I could commission you to make some.
What is it you are looking for?
Some studded leathers.
It is easy enough. Not a problem. Pretty standard thing for me to make. If you have the gold pieces for it.
I absolutely do. Also, while I'm here, you wouldn't happen to have a shiny rapier available?
Just any rapier?
It doesn't have to be anything special, no.
I'm sure I could arrange that. Not a problem. Of course, that's going to cost you as well.
Surely. Bundled together, along with the friendship discount, how much do I owe you?
Friendship discount. You owe me, remember? You're lucky I'm going to sell you this.
Fair.
Let's see here. Studded leather, 45 gold. And you're looking for a rapier, 25 gold. 70 gold pieces for you.
70. Right. Well, let me count it out here. No friend discount. Okay. 69, 70. Plop it down in front of her, 70 pieces.
She snatches it up, puts it on her belt. Very well, one moment, please. And you see that behind her is sort of just a rack of some weapons, and she sort of grabs a rapier, sort of tests the blade, and then sort of hands it over to you. Handle first. See if this is to your liking.
You see Hayden kind of swish it around, do a couple stabs. The weight is nice. Fine work as always. I'll take
know.
it.
Of course you will. And she goes into sort of like the storefront area. Like there's her forge, and there's a small building where she keeps things in progress, or you also think she probably lives out of here, has a room in there. So she comes in. Or any particular preference on the studded leather armor, color, otherwise? Anything dyed special?
Hey. Maybe something that matches the leather of my boots.
What color are your boots?
Let me look at my picture. I think they're like a dark, or like either black or very dark brown, I think.
They're black, I think.
Yeah.
Sure. She comes inside. She kind of
It's
goes
stained with
inside
sea salt.
and looks, turns around and looks at you. And she looks like she's kind of looking at you up and down, almost like just taking measurements in her mind without actually measuring you. And she comes back inside and you hear her like rummaging around, and she comes back and she just tosses this piece of armor at you from across the way with ease from her part.
Okay, I will catch it.
Yeah, so you catch, about 10 to 15 pounds worth of armor as she chucks it across the forge over at you.
Okay, easy.
Pretty well matches your boots, sort of a darker dye on this. Very well made. I tell you what, for the foreign discount, I will not charge you for the extra dye work that went into that.
Lovely. Do you mind if I try it on?
Go for it.
Hayden will put it on and just ducks out the door. He's gonna attempt to like move around and like climb a building or something to see how it feels. See if
Some
he's
road
still-
shit.
Climbing a building?
Huh?
You just
Yeah,
start parkouring in the middle of.
Well, yeah, I have to test out the mobility and see if it's comfortable.
Hey Dan, do
just, as he
whatever
leaves,
the
he
Hey
says-
Dan does.
He just says, "I'll be back one moment." And if you guys want to have her show you around or something.
Yeah, well, while he was doing that, Emmy was like digging through whatever was in like the storefront part, like the pre-made stuff. And I'm looking for a shield. Can druids have metal shields in your universe, Max?
Yeah, you can. I hate that stupid
Okay,
rule.
cool. Because that rule's fucking stupid. Okay, good. We're in agreement. So I'm just gonna be like picking up any shields I see and like trying to pick them up and see if I can lift them. But they're probably almost all too heavy for Emmy. But I'm just looking for like what is the shield she can actually lift up. Hope maybe there's like a wood one with like some metal
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only up to you and your character whether you want it to be metal or not. But yeah, you can find just
She does have shields. Okay.
Yeah, you do. She has shield, something that you can
I just
wield.
want to buy a basic shield
10 gold pieces.
because Emmy is really squishy. You guys. You said 10 gold. Thank
Yep.
you. Did Cooter want anything?
I'm thinking because
She doesn't have any special shields, right? Okay.
I don't. Oh, you, not Kudo, yeah. Kudo just kind of has her shell and doesn't have her shell, and it's how she's. But she kind of like just goes over to the. Is there like a countertop or like something where she does her like admin?
Yeah, like inside there is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she just like walks over there, like pulls out the crossbow and like smacks it down, and pulls out the pistol and like smacks that down, and like out of her shell. And she's just like, I picked up these contraptions on our travels, and they never seem to be very effective. Do you have any expertise in maybe? Oh, I don't know if it's my stumps can't quite. I'm not the most dexterous with these types of fine weapons. Maybe you could. And she's trying to like fit her, because yeah, how every time she uses her pistol or her crossbow, it's just like the worst possible scenario ever. And it's just like ding, and she's like trying to show how her like hands, quote unquote, don't quite fit with the pistol and the crossbow, and she's trying to like.
What is it that you're looking for? Perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement?
Maybe some kind of way to make adjustments to these things so they might be more effective for my level of dexterity or lack thereof.
All right. So from DM to player, are you asking for anything in specific?
Not particularly. Just if there's a way to take these 2 items and like them into maybe some other kind of weapon, or like trade them in.
A crossbow and a pistol?
Yeah. Yeah, like if she can't do anything with them, then like who knows, maybe she wants to buy them for some purpose or whatever. But Kuda basically just wants to know, like, is there a way to like retrofit these things so that she can actually use them? Because Granny wanted a gun, but she can't use it.
Well, of course, there's nothing I can do to just combine a crossbow and a pistol. And of course, there are those that are talented in perhaps imbuing items with sort of abilities. Not really my style. I more create things from scratch, but an already existing item. Perhaps you could find someone in the church to do this for you. It was quite costly, I will say.
I might try have a go myself, but I appreciate the lead. Thank you very
Of
much.
course.
Your work is masterful, by the way. Quite
appreciate it.
exquisite.
I need one more item. Maybe I might need a custom item, but it's really small, so hopefully it's really easy. Well, this is my friend Bucket, and Bucket's like with his little claw, like waves high.
Your friend is
this
a crab?
This is Bucket. Yeah, he's a crab. Well, sort of. It's a long story. Do you have like a weapon that he could equip? We keep finding ourselves in dangerous situations more often than not, and I don't want Bucket to get hurt, and I just thought if he had like a little tiny sword, then he could defend himself. Oh, maybe like a little tiny shield too. Oh, Bucket, that'd be really cute. Do you want a shield or a sword or both? I think he wants both. Is that something you could make? That would need to be pretty tiny, but also really strong.
You are suggesting that you are going to arm your pet crab?
He's not my pet.
You are going to arm this tiny crab?
Yes. For defense purposes only, I promise.
I'm sure there is some sort of craftsperson that can make children's toys to give to your crab for him to hold.
No, I need them to stand up to real danger. He's not a child. He's actually he's probably older than you, because he's dead and then he's a spirit. Well, he's not really dead. Because then he would be a ghost. Oh, now I see why everyone asks that. Anyways, it would need to be a real shield with structural integrity and a real sword that can pierce other things that also have structural integrity. But small.
She sort of looks around. Taj, Aslik?
They're not here.
And then Cooter's just inside, so you're just kind of awkwardly, like, it's just you and her.
It's just Sammy and Cooter.
She's like trying to
with
find
the two weirdos.
She's like trying to find an adult to like come get you.
Hayden at that moment
Hey Dan.
comes back to the door. Fine work. Doesn't seem to add any more weight. Still as nimble as I ever was.
Of course you are. I'm so glad that you are back, Hayden. I believe that your friend here, Emmy, is your name correct?
Yeah, that's my name.
Your friend Emmy is trying to buy a sword and a shield for her crab. Perhaps you could take her someplace that could accommodate perhaps the children's store down the block there.
I don't understand. I don't understand this. You're a weaponsmith, correct? You make weapons?
That is
and
correct.
You sell weapons. And you do
Yes.
custom weapons.
Perhaps.
I have gold. I don't understand. Is this, Hayden, is this a surface folk thing? Like, I don't understand.
Well, almost no one ever has probably come into our shop asking for weapons for a crab.
Okay, I understand that. But, well, I want him to be protected because we end up in a lot of really dangerous situations. And if he dies, I can resummon him, but he doesn't like it. It's not comfortable, you understand?
One moment. I'll walk up to Saria and kind of like we'll walk over by where her forge is at, and I just whisper, "Do you have like a kitchen knife or something?"
I have like a pocket knife, a very
Pocket
small
knife.
dagger.
Perfect.
I do not know what I'm going to give a shield for a crab, though.
Do you have like I don't know. Scrap of metal
Saria
that
has
could be-
these metal round medallion-like clasps on her apron. They are used as sort of a signet, but they are the perfect shape for a tiny shield. I know, because I did the art list.
Look, I don't know what to say. The pocket knife, I don't know, you have those things on your apron, or maybe a scrap of metal that's round, I don't know. Just
There's also
It'll
Viking
make-
style shields have the round metal central piece. That would work too if she has some of those.
It's about as big
It'll-
as a crab.
Perfect.
So she
it'll
looks
make life easier
inside.
for me.
Hold on. She goes inside, and you hear her rummaging around, and she finds like a super small like a pocket knife or like a straight blade that's like this big. And then
Like a
she
boot blade or
finds
something.
and then she rummages around and she finds a stack of coasters. And she looks at this coaster and like gets a mallet and like a rivet, and you just hear like and it's basically a coaster with like a small like piece of leather like wrapped on the back of it, like riveted in. And she comes out and she goes, all right, this is your crab sword and your crab shield.
Oh, you said you didn't make things for crabs, but you do. Oh, these are perfect. Thank you so much. Oh,
Hold on,
these
you
are
have to
wonderful.
pay me
How much
first.
do I owe you?
I do not even know how much to charge for these things. Perhaps. One gold piece.
I don't need the friends. I understand that Hayden's your friend, but I don't need the friends discount, and I'll give her 2 gold pieces.
She just takes it and she just gives Hayden like a what the fuck look.
Hayden just shrugs. Wonderful.
I hand them the bucket, and he goes,
He just like clamps onto him and just
and then kind of goes,
It's so... We all found what we needed.
yes.
Wonderful. I will not waste any more of your time. You look very busy. We'll be on our way.
I do appreciate you stopping by and, of course, being patrons of my shop. So, normal requests are fine. Weird crab requests, little annoying.
Noted. In the future, he gets those one set only. If he loses it, we can't come back.
I am not making crab
Okay.
armor. I'm not doing it.
Oh, but armor would be okay. I understand. Well, I understand. But if-
No,
okay.
you're a saint. Bye.
Good afternoon.
I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna cry.
All right. I guess we can. We can make our way back unless anybody has anywhere else they want to stop.
Where were Taj and Azric? What were they doing?
We're gonna discuss something in private. Like
All
in
right, go for it.
lodgings.
You were out on your own while they're doing their shopping spree.
Taj, darling,
Mm.
this is a very fine opportunity for us to obtain a ship.
You do not say.
If we decide to take this job from the Lord High Priest Armand, we can persuade our crew to take over the ship?
I do think that is a good idea.
I think Emmy is going to be easy to convince. Hayden seems like a man of shadows, so he might be indulging so pretty easily. Kuda is the one I'm concerned.
What do you think her concerns might be?
Well, you know how she's always on about how murdering people is dreadful, and we're too quick to violence, and I believe taking over a ship might be too
Violent?
yes.
I do not think violence is needed. But if we simply just left without the crew?
Yes.
Oops.
So I had an idea, Taj. And if we can discuss it with the crew, but since you and I can change our appearances, we can be someone else who steals the ship, and that way, us as individuals will not be in misfavor with Lenaris, the state of Lenaris. We've already burned one island. I'd rather not burn another. But...
I think this is a good idea. Does the crew know that we will be different people, or?
I mean, they've seen us shape change before, but I think we need to make sure we're all aboard the same page to steer this ship, because buying ships out of the question. We'll never make enough money for that.
I think this is the way that we need to go.
Excellent.
Get the ship. What is our next step? Do we tell that one asshole that we will take his job?
Yes. We'll wait for Hayden and Kuta and Emmy to return. We'll discuss the plan. Accept the job of where we look for the minerals in the smaller isles, and we'll have to figure out what to do with the crew. That's not us. Either we maroon them on the isles, or find a way to take the ship before they board. That's details we'll have to discuss together.
Yeah. We could maybe cause a distraction that we need everybody off the ship.
Yeah. But we'll take them as hostages, since we are different people.
But maybe we do this on the other isle, wherever the minerals are.
Yes. The minerals are probably valuable as well, so we could probably sell those somewhere on a different island.
Aye, we're on the same page.
That's why I love you, Taj.
I flip my hair so the sun hits my face perfectly.
It's warm today. Oh my.
Should we tell them about our plan now or later when we're already on the ship?
It's best if we all have an idea what's going to happen. That way there's less chances of things going awry.
Where are they?
I believe they went shopping. I think Hayden mentioned something about armor or something.
I will say, between you two being in the game for at least several years, you would know the success of this sort of endeavor depends on what kind of ship that they take for this job. You know, if they take a sort of a smaller ship, like maybe a cog, or like a sloop or something like that, might work out.
I know those words.
Yeah, so a cog, you'd probably need at least 10 crew. A sloop is basically like the smallest ship. You might get away with 5 if everyone knows what they're doing. If you end up going on like a sailing ship or anything bigger, you're gonna need, I mean, at the least like 15 crew because it's a bigger ship. So it's just depending on like what kind of ship they end up taking and what kind of opportunity you're looking for.
There's always death.
For who?
Wow.
The crew! I'm just saying.
Kill the crew, you can't go anywhere. So
We know how to sail a ship.
that's what I'm saying. Depending on the size, you could get away with maybe 5 people total, or up to 15 would be needed. So it's just you have to see what happens.
I mean, we might need a larger crew. We have our lizard friends who are looking for a crew.
Do we know where they ran off to?
No.
How to get a hold of them?
Might
Can
be hanging
we
around that
send
abandoned
them
tower.
a message?
Yeah,
I'll be
please.
looking at spells. I think do I have that? I don't think I have that.
I believe Emmy has a messenger spell. You send her little friends.
I don't
Are we
have
back together
message.
yet? We're not, right?
It's up to you all. Y'all know where each other are. If you want to be together, that's fine. But you know,
Okay.
Azric and Taj, you fought the lizard folk brothers and their kind of ragtag crew. There were, I think, 8 of them total. So that could help your chances. You just have to form a plan with them. But with that, you need information where you're going to be, what the ship's going to be that you're going to be riding on, that kind of thing. Definitely possible.
All right. I think when we ask about the job, we'll ask the size of the ship, size of the crew. Once we have that information, we can discern if this is doable. All right. I'm getting excited. Let's get the crew back together once I come back from shopping, and we'll discuss the plan.
Hey, we walk through the door.
There you go. Together again.
Good
Oh.
job.
Hey, then, just who I wanted to see.
Hello.
Oh, really?
Emmy.
By the way, how do I look?
Wow, dashing. Emmy, is that...
It suits me well.
Does Bucket have a sword?
Oh yes, Bucket has a sword now, and a shield. He's prepared for battle.
Why?
Well, we kept fighting things that were really scary, and I thought, Bucket, if he dies, I can summon him back, but it doesn't feel very good. Like, he doesn't really like it. It still feels like dying. So I thought he could use some armor and protection. And Saria had crap armor and crap weapons. I didn't know she would, but she did. Hayden asked her nicely.
Oh, well, looking good.
And Bucket is sitting on my shoulder, and he's still kind of like way down, but he goes, like he holds him up, like he tries really hard for a second.
Well, I have a plan, if you all like to hear it. What we're going to do.
For the job.
Yes. Well, take the job, but to do something else. If you catch my meaning.
A research expedition. Fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I like learning things.
So, Paj and I are planning to take the mineral job, depending on the ship size. And seeing how we don't have a ship and can't afford one, it'll be a great opportunity to take the ship for ourselves.
Oh, we're gonna borrow their ship?
Paul, for a long time and not give it back.
Thought we had to pay for things. Does that not? That doesn't apply to ships?
No.
Are we
Interesting.
like in the main like bar area
You
right
can
now?
be wherever you want.
No, we were in the rooms.
Oh, okay. Well, that is quite the bold plan. Of course, as you say, to my mind, it hinges on whatever ship they're planning on taking.
Well, if it's just the mineral excavation, I don't imagine a ship being too large, depending on how much they want to hold back. And if need be, we have friends, if you recall, the Lizard Bros, help join our crew and...
Pirates? Oh, I'm not supposed to say that word. I'm so sorry.
It's all right, I mean, we're in our group.
Okay.
You mean
I
the
like ships. I've been on a lot of ships.
Kurzark?
Wait, do you know their names? Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that he was like a Kurz and Karazak, I believe.
Kurzak and Karzak.
Yes, Kurzak and Kazak, that's what I said. Yes. See, I remember everything from the past
Those are the
30
ones.
days perfectly.
And you're wanting to bring them on board.
Or if it's a large vessel, we can't just... We don't have the minimum skeleton crew to run the ship.
That's
Oh.
true.
Oh, do we all get to help sail?
Oh, yes, Emmy.
Actually, I'm actually a really good navigator.
Oh, that's terrific.
But I've seen what they do, and they do a lot of stuff that requires a lot of muscles. I can't do most of those things.
Well, I mean, it just takes work. Like, if you keep
I
doing the same thing, your muscles will get bigger.
Well, okay, but could I be navigator instead?
Sure.
Okay. I have navigator's tools. I found them and I learned how to use them.
So, from limited experience with pirates, do they not favor smaller vessels anyway? Meaning,
well-
if this ship is too big, instead of trying to gather a large crew to take it, perhaps another ship will have to do.
You make up a great point, Hayden. Yes, if it's too large of a vessel for us, then it's probably not worth trying to take it, considering they'll outnumber us greatly.
That and it's, large vessel goes missing. It's not hard to spot on the open sea. It would garner a lot of attention versus a smaller, more nimble vessel.
Why are what ship's going missing? I'm having trouble following
Don't
them.
exactly know yet.
Oh, okay. What?
Do not worry about it.
These are all
Okay.
theoretical.
Okay. I guess a lot of ships do go missing. I mean, they don't really go missing. They just go to the bottom of the ocean. I find them a lot. Oh, my people find them a lot.
Well, I mean, there's other options. We can purchase one, but we severely lack the funds. We can probably
Well, I have
find...
gold. I could give some gold for a ship. I could give like 100 gold.
And we have
That should
others
cover a ship, right?
we need to sell.
Well, we think of like that's a small little hill of gold, Emmy. What we're looking for is a
It's
mountain,
actually a lot of gold.
like
Oh,
more
yeah.
than that. We can find a derelict ship as well and fix it up and see if that works. But I think stealing a functional ship is better.
Stealing a
Sure.
ship?
Borrowing for a long time and not giving it back. Yes.
They want to give it
Borrowing?
away. They do not want the ship anymore, so we will take it out of their hands.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They say that
Oh, they
a
already
fisherman's
don't want
best
it.
day is the day that he sells his boat.
So
They
confused.
want to give it for free.
Do not mistake me. I'm not against the idea. I'm just sowing caution. It's far easier to crew a smaller ship, and we're far less noticeable if we were to take a ship. But you know that.
Of course, yes.
So, we take the job. We try to find out before the job starts which ship they're going to be taking.
Yeah. If we could gather information from High Priest Admon, we can determine which ship a job to take and go from there.
I can't say I've actually gotten into piracy myself before, but as it stands, I'm a freelance sailor with no current crew. Could be an adventure.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, as much as I love being here in Linares and taking these jobs, it's a little stiff, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh. 3 of us have our sea legs, for sure. 4, counting Emmy. Does that count?
What's that?
Being from the ocean, does that count being having your sea legs?
What are sea legs? I guess I am from the sea and I have lakes, so yes.
Wonderful.
Oh, me too. I mean, I don't live in the sea, but sometimes I like to go wading through the water again. I wasn't born in the sea per se, but you know,
Are
the way
turtles
that
born
we-
on the beach like tortoises?
Kind of. Sometimes it's a little bit more complex. Maybe one day we can chat about the, you know,
Don't know.
one day
The
you will.
birds and the bees.
She's talking
Oh,
about Emmy.
I am old enough to understand. I'm not a child.
Mm,
I was going to say the
Beautiful
bin
bee.
chickens and wasps, but birds and the bees is, yes, the alternate
I'm
term.
of
Yes.
a legal age. Normally, in my people, I would have already have found a partner. Normally.
That makes so much sense.
Back on subject.
Yes,
agree?
science.
Take the
Agreed.
job.
All right.
Take one of the
Excellent.
jobs,
Yes.
preferably the mining one.
Whichever has the smaller boat. That's what you said.
Okay, whichever has the smaller boat.
And then we will borrow it indefinitely.
Correct.
Emmy,
Because that's how boats work.
Maybe you should stay outside while we talk to
Okay.
them.
That's fine. I don't really want to go in there again.
I'll keep you company, Emmy. I don't.
Thanks, Cooter.
Not a
Right,
fan of
we have
that
an agreement.
oath myself. I mean, not a fan of that oath myself.
I believe so. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi. Yes.
Also, indeed.
Well. So it's settled.
All right, well, then we'll let him know first thing in the morning.
Very good.
Alrighty.
Now,
Well, good night.
we can fast forward.
What would you like to do now? Are you going to go to the next day and get information about your trip and things going?
I'm down.
No, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. So you can get your room for the evening. It's going to cost you all some money. I just closed that tab with other stuff. It's going to
It'll
cost you some money.
An amount.
Yeah, it will be an amount.
We still have like 10 or 12 gold in the group pile.
Yes.
Well, we have to sell all those
Before.
gems too that we got on our first raid. We never sold those.
Oh yeah, I was going to sell
we
a
could have
gun.
done that on our we could have done that on our shopping trip. We could say
And
we
then
did.
I have more.
we can
I
handle
have
it
350 to sell too.
But we still had some group gold bits for hotels and things.
I don't know who's the accountant.
Moves
the
unfortunately did
banker?
that to himself.
Oops, you're the banker. This is Monopoly.
Okay, so a couple things. Just for the evening to stay at the inn is going to be 5 silver pieces per person. For Hayden, you mentioned you wanted to sell a pistol. I want to remind you, if you choose to use it, you can, because it counts as a hand crossbow. So you could use that in place of a hand crossbow.
Does it?
Yep.
It has a crossbow
get-
symbol on it.
You know, I will hold on to it.
Okay.
You could do some wicked like assassino, but it's like it's like a Spider-Man like hand dagger.
No, it's just a pistol. It's just a gun.
Yeah.
For flavor.
So you could do that. As far as the gems, y'all have the amount of money that they're worth, and we can dig that up later if you'd like. But I think according to last time, for the gemstones that you got while you were in Mount Cabradon, that's 90 gold pieces worth.
Yeah, we just need to
And-
agree that we're selling them all. Nobody
Yeah, chuck it in
commented.
the group pile. Yeah.
We kept one gem because they matched Cooter's eye.
Cooter's eyeballs.
Brown?
In
Black? Black.
Black. It was
So
a
that'd be
black
80.
diamond
Well,
or
that'd be
something.
80.
and
And then
there
I
are
have-
80 divided by...
Translucent green, opaque, orange, and smoky gray. Is that anyone's eyes?
Oh, wait. What color are my eyes? We should all
And-
everybody check. Everybody
Mine are
check your
purple,
eyes.
So not me.
so you have 9
Oh, mine are
mountain
blue.
gems. So 9 mountain gems are 10 gold apiece, so 90. And then you have 7 church gems, I'll call it, that you stole, and those are worth 50 apiece.
Yeah, you said 50 a piece for 350 total.
Yep.
splitting that, or did Taj not tell us about it?
So y'all can figure out Dungeons and
Pleasure.
Accounting later.
Okay,
for
into
gold
the
pieces and
private
stuff.
chat, folks. Back to the game.
Yeah, we have a secret chat where we talk shiz about you.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Not you, chat.
Cool.
You, Max.
Both of you.
Oh, we supposed to be? We don't talk shit about chat, just village, right?
Ha 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 ha. And
It's so-
Chinner. No, I'm kidding.
That's so rude.
We just kidding. We love you
Y'all are
guys.
so rude.
We
We
just
love
talked shit about
everybody.
our Patreon. If you want to get talked shit about, you gotta join
Oh
the Patreon.
yeah. Oh my gosh. How,
Some people like it. Some people are into it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, never mind. I'm next.
We're off track. Back to the game.
All
Back
right,
to the
we'll
game.
save that for the private chat too. Okay. Anyway, what is it? The next thing that you all want to do? So you've stayed in the inn. It's now the next morning. It's the 16th of Quartus, which is Moon Day, and you are due to go talk to High Priest Adamir to give them your decision.
I prior want to sell the gems and give the papers to Emmy.
Okay. easily enough.
Papers. Oh, what papers did she give me?
Did not
Those
tell
are-
you about it. You just hold on to this
Oh.
for me. Did not tell
Is it the
anybody
maps
about
and
it.
stuff?
No, it is not a map.
Oh, it's the papers. But can I look at them? And is there anything interesting that I can? Because I have all my, I have my feature.
I shared with
It's-
the group
papers-
about it.
It's what I
Yeah,
described
I know what they
earlier.
are, but
What
Emmy
it
didn't.
is.
And so what I'm asking specifically is, I have a feature that lets me know about like what the fuck would you call that? It's under
Historical
background. Where's your
knowledge is
background?
referencing to a ruin or a dungeon.
Yeah, so I don't know that applies here, but just in case they're referenced in one of these, I would know. So I just wanted to bring it up. Okay,
Wait,
it
and
will
then
come
I
in
had
handy someday.
a question for us. We did that
Us?
whatever. No, it was like for Max. Like we did that like trial whatever so that he would open up our notebook for us, right?
That's already been done. That was from Soraya.
The notebook is already opened
Yep,
and we can
and-
access it now and look at it without trouble.
Yep. Because the trap was removed, that she dispelled the magic, and then that's when you realize that the text is basically enchanted into a cipher.
And then how do we find that out again? I forgot.
Higher level magic that you don't currently possess.
I see.
Azric could
So
know
you-
it when he gets evocations.
So you
Potentially.
would have to wait a while until you get strong, or have to deal somebody in on it and hope that they don't screw you over. That is your
Make
old.
notes.
That was the notebook that was belonging to Captain Marius. Alrighty. So what's on the plate for you all?
Going to talk to High Priest Adamir.
Okay. It'll take you a couple hours to get from the edge of the city where you're staying near the water and the albatross. And then you make your way over to this large grand cathedral to the lightsmith. And you make your way back and you can go speak with the high priest immediately.
Doucheface McGee. That was his name, right?
Adamir.
Oh, I wrote down Doucheface McGee. Common mistake.
Quick question about the pistol.
Mhm.
Which bullets does it use? There's like 10 different types of bullets.
We can go over that later
Okay, that's fine.
for the equipment stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. So you knock and he goes, enter.
Good morning, High Priest Adamir.
Ah, yes, my newest employees, or sorry, hired help.
Yes. We're here to take one of your job offers.
Excellent, and I'm assuming you've discussed in which offer you would like to take.
Yes. We were taking of interest of the excavation of the minerals on one of the smaller isles.
Ah, yes, the geological surveying for said minerals. Excellent. I have taken the liberty to prepare a contract, of course.
Excellent. And what kind of ship or vessel will we be sailing on?
You will be going on the ship known as the Expedience. The Expedience is, of course, under the purview of Captain Ilara with her crew, and you will be accompanied by 3 surveyors from the Church of the Lightsmith, Brother Cedric, Brother Kalen, and Sister Tilly.
And how big is the crew?
I apologize, sailing isn't really my purview, but it's one of the do they call it? A sloop? Something of the sort.
A sloop. Ah.
If I remember correctly.
So it is the smaller ship?
Yes, indeed. It is one of the smaller ships that are available, as you're not carrying any cargo, just samples and making your way to the Crescent Isles and coming back. So, all of our larger ships are, of course, being requisitioned for the impending trades that are going to be occurring.
And how many days travels to the Crescent Isles from here?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
How many leagues away are these isles? How many days will it take to get there, or hours?
It shouldn't take you more than just a few days. It's a chain of isles, of course. I'm not sure where they're going to start. But it is, of course, a few days sailing away, so...
Very good. And where can we meet this Captain Ilara?
Well, I will inform her that you will be joining her expedition, and it should be leaving in a matter of... They could probably be as ready as early as 2 days from now if they're in a rush. But better to say 3 or so.
All right, very good. And matter of payment.
Yes, for something of this, I would say 300 gold per person. Quite a generous offer. No negotiations.
Yes, it does seem rather generous. Is there any potential hazards or dangers around these isles? Pirates, local fauna?
Monsters?
Well, of course, as you venture into the pinnacle depths, there is always the danger of pirates, which is exactly why I'll be hiring you all to protect my surveyors. As far as the Crescent Isles themselves, there are, as far as I know, relatively uninhabited to civilized folk, which flora and fauna, I cannot say. They're very not well traveled. I would assume that there's danger on sort of uninhabited islands, but I can't go into specifics because I do not know.
Do any of the other city-states frequent these isles as well, as their expected competition, rather?
Not as far as I am aware, as there would be no need for any of the other city-states to really have a geological surveying expedition. Ilan Ular doesn't really deal much into raw minerals, and of course, most of the components that Rosadon needs, we supply. If they were, of course, to go out on their own, they have their own islands closer to them they could explore. I'm not entirely sure what would lead them to go directly to the Crescent Isles.
All right, and where is the Expedience being docked? And can we speak with the captain before it sails out in 3 days?
I'm sure that could be arranged. Of course, it's in the harbor of Linares, so not difficult to find. I could arrange a meeting. I'm curious as to what you would be asking her, though.
Oh, just, simple sailing questions and those sorts of things. As being an experienced sailor myself.
Very well, I do appreciate the diligence, of course. I will say this, though, 300 gold pieces a person. If any of my surveyors are killed, don't make it back, or are heavily injured, you are not being paid. Understood?
Crystal clear.
The findings of their surveying is their own purview, which is not dependent upon payment for you. So regardless of their results, you have one job.
Understood. Not a single hair will be missing on their precious heads.
Precisely.
Well, all right. Happy to sign the contract, of course.
Indeed. And he sort of just snaps his fingers, and you see another sort of younger, like, not priest, kind of errand boy come in, sort of really short, sandy blonde hair, kind of well pressed sort of robes, not a wrinkle on them, sort of comes in and brings out a sort of a tablet, the contracts, an ink and quill, and prepares everything to be signed, and sort of just steps back with his hands in front of him, just waiting for it to be completed.
Right. I'll sign it.
And he's asking you all to sign it, so I'm sure you all, there's nothing funny about the contract.
Yeah. Sign away.
Very well. I will say that I can arrange. How soon would you like this meeting with the captain?
Oh, it could be a day before we set sail. It should be fine.
Very well, then I will set it 2 days from now, and I will have them set sail the day after.
Excellent.
Very well. If there are no other questions, good luck on your contract. And I would say in a week's time or so, I should have the meeting with the Marquis as well as the Archsmith. So, no need to hurry back, but when you do come back, I will have that arranged for you all to deal with this arrangement that you have made with the local druid population.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Yes, and we shall see you when we return then.
Very well. Good hunting.
Good day. We'll head out.
All right. Yep. As the rest of you all file out, he hands off the contract and stuff over to his new attendant and sort of shoos them out of the office, and they close the door and make their way back into the bowels of the cathedral. Anything else you all would like to do?
I'm going to check on Samuel if he's forging away.
Yep. So you could see sort of in the larger area where there's several sort of small forges in the main area of this cathedral, and you can see him sort of at a small, like a corner forge. Looks like he's taking instruction from another priest on sort of basically basic forging and the such.
Samuel!
And he sort of looks over. Oh, hey guys, hey, how are you doing? Is everything going all right?
Everything's fine. You don't have to yell. You can come to us if you're not busy.
And he sort of looks back, and you see this sort of large, Goliath sort of crossing his arms, and he just goes, "Focus, Samuel. Focus." And he's like, and he like freezes and like doesn't know what to do. Like he's got his sort of his smithing hammer, and he looks at you all and looks back at this just massive dude and just freezes and doesn't know what to do.
Maybe it's best if we let him to his studies.
You're right, Hayden. Another time, Samuel. You're studying.
And he's like stammering. Oh, okay. Oh, see you later. Oh, goodbye. Good seeing you. Come back sometime. And then you see the Goliath just says, "Focus, Samuel." And he just starts back and hammering, and you hear him like hammer and just misses and just slams the anvil. And you see his arms go.
Oh, Samuel. Oh, glad he's doing well. All right, well, let's head back.
Seems like a stern fellow he's teaching, or he's learning from.
At least you don't need to worry about him sneaking around.
Right. Where to next?
I think we should scout out the docks and see what this experienced ship looks like.
I'm of the same mind.
Alrighty. So you can make it basically you're doubling back the way you came, where the albatross is. So it's about early afternoon, and you sort of double back, and then you can go further along the coast here, where the albatross is sort of the edge of the city. You can follow the coast in to see the rest of the harbor, where all of the ships are sort of docked, and there's sort of a specific area of ships that seems that it's sort of cordoned off for the Church of the Lightsmith and sort of ships that they use. Like they're sectioned off. It's like this is where people can put like their like fishing boats and stuff. You know, here's a section of just like trading vessels. You know, the Church of the Lightsmith has this section. You know, Linares itself has this section for like their navy, that kind of stuff.
Does the section with the lightsmiths boats seem to have any other boats in it, or like a lot of boats, or like warships or anything?
Lots of boats.
Are there any that look like they'd be prepared for war, like warships?
I would say that some of these boats, they are going to be armed, as it's dangerous to sort of go into the pinnacle depths here. But most of the warships seem to belong to Linares. Like you're looking like heavy
after
duty.
we read that
Yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah, you sort of
So-
have two powers at play here, of Linares being the city-state, like the controlling government, and then the Church of the Lightsmiths being the patron god of Linares, and also has like their like central hub here.
Does Linares seem to have like a lot of warships? Like what would be a lot for peacetime or anything?
I
I'll
don't
roll if
know
you want me
if
to
Emmy
roll.
would know.
Okay. Yeah, probably not. But Ezric might.
Do you
Possibly.
need somebody proficient in religion?
No, we need someone proficient in Warcraft.
Is the church, the city state, basically one and the same, or they're two entities? But would Linares fund orders from the church because they are the smiths?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because the Church of the Lightsmith is going to basically do work for whoever that they would like. They have customers all across Erebos. Linares and the Church of the Lightsmith are sort of closely nestled together, but they're not the same thing.
And if there was a war, they would probably need to be on the same page about it, right? Like the people aren't going to deal with a war if the church is like, nah, man, right?
Yeah, it would be, because any threat to Linares isn't inherently going to be a threat to the Church of the Lightsmith, because their like central hub is there, kind of thing.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Put these politics in my D&D.
Yeah,
More
and
like politics, am I right?
Whoa!
and I'll say too, with the Church of the Lightsmith being the patron god here, there are still other like, you know, forges in different areas, because the Pantheon's the Pantheon. People will still worship the Lightsmith even if they don't live here, but it's
Right.
like base of operations is here.
Okay, then I'm gonna just try to listen for gossip on the docks to see if people are like talking about some kind of upcoming strife between two regions, or is like, oh, Jihad, they're rallying to arms and shit. I don't know.
You're listening or you're involved in the gossip?
I want to see if I can pick up any conversations while we're trying to look.
I was
for
hoping
the-
you were like, I cast, oh no, they didn't. And you were about to go like get into some conversations.
No,
Kuda loves chatting.
no
Your grandmas do
roll
love
needed
gossiping.
here, because you have paperwork to back this up. You know that it's early stages, because they're asking for all these things. So there's not going to be talk of amassing troops and preparing for war until they get the things they need to go to war. So if they are, it's probably a well-kept secret that the Church of the Lightsmith just happens to have to know because they're the ones making all the arms.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is, who are they preparing for?
No whispers in that regard. Nothing,
Okay.
nothing in public at the moment.
I will say to Emmy and Cooter, who probably aren't too familiar with ship designs, the ship we're looking for is going to be smaller in size, most likely sleek, with a single mast. Do you know what a mast?
I know a lot about ships actually because I've read a lot of books on them because when I was home I would swim up to the surface and like watch for ships, and you can't just like I'd have to figure out where the right trade routes were to watch them so I could see the people on them, and so I had to read a lot of books on ships and trade routes and currents, and this is why I said I can do navigation because I know a lot of the trade routes. And
It slipped my mind. I apologize.
no, I know it's most of my people wouldn't know, but it's kind of it's a little embarrassing, but I like to I like to see the boats with the people on them a lot, so I would like sneak on to the boats. That's how I got here. It's really easy because you could just turn into like like a crab and like crawl on the ship and they wouldn't notice you.
So you would stow yourself away on random ships for fun?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I got really bored.
More about you every day.
Yeah, it's fun being friends, right? Yeah. Although, we don't really learn a lot about you, Hayden. You don't really talk about yourself a lot.
True, I suppose.
You could have. If you, I'm not saying you should, but like if you wanted to talk about yourself, that is, like, if you wanted to share, but you don't have to. I'm sorry. I'll I'm gonna stop talking now. Oh, Cooter needs me, so I'm gonna I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't.
go over-
I'm just.
Yeah, Cooter. So I heard that turtles really like to have their shells scratched. How does this feel? And I'm gonna start scratching your shell.
Stop! I can't. My hips aren't made for this anymore.
It seems like you like it though. Anyways, I'm busy now.
Just turn to Taj and Azric and just...
And she starts just going,
All right.
Well, we know what we're looking for at least.
Yeah,
We spy any sleek, fast-looking, single-masted vessels.
I'm sure the name will be right on the ship as well, the experience. So let's say, no, look out for that.
Yep. So as you are going around, you make your way to sort of the Church of the Lightsmith section, and you can see some people posted up there, sort of taking note of who goes in and out, and then we will take our first break there before you all start to go investigate your potential future ride. So with that being said, go grab some snacks, everybody. Go stretch your appendages, and we will be back here in just a few minutes. BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you got some snacks, at least one snack, and stretched your appendages. And we are back to the game. I was trying to move my mouse and it like broke. It was like going nutty all over the screen. So that's why I looked so concerned. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So where we left off, you all were in the sort of docks district of Linares looking for a boat.
That's true. And you mentioned there was some guards or something that were
Yep, there's some people sort of stationed there in their own little section to keep just people from wandering in.
What are we just casually strolling about the? I assume.
You all do have a contract, so.
Oh, right. Yeah, we do have that contract. We could probably just walk up and be like, "Hey, we're here to see the ship we'll be riding on," or something, right? Show them the contract.
Yeah, so you walk up and you see a dwarven woman and a human man sort of standing there. The man just says, "Hold on, what is your business here?"
We're security for the ship, right? So we can just tell them we're doing a sweep to make sure it's meets our security standards.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
We are newly hired protection for the sample collecting journey to come in a few days, and we were hoping to inspect the vessel that we'd be sailing on before we left.
Right. I
have
see
the
your
contract.
paperwork.
Very well. Who has it? Taj? Azric?
Oh, yeah, here you are.
Takes it and sort of looks it over. All right. I guess there's no harm in just letting you go over to the ship. However, I can't let you on the ship unless the captain's present. But I'm more than welcome to show you the vessel. Does that seem fair?
Perfectly agreeable.
All right this way. And he leads you, and the other guard, she stays there. And you see him walking down sort of this long row of ships, and you see like all kinds, from like sloop size all the way up to like major sailing ships, large merchant vessels. And then after about a quarter of the way down, he sort of points over. Right, you will be on the Expedient. I do believe that's correct.
Correct.
All right, this is Captain Ilara's ship. If you have any questions, I can try my best to answer them for you. I'm not much of a sailor myself, but...
Do you know how large Captain Ilara's crew is?
I suppose that depends on the mission. Sometimes a dozen, sometimes 2 dozen. Depends on the job, how long they're going to be gone. I think it's safe to say to sail something like this, you probably need around a dozen or so.
Sounds about right. We only ask
Or-
because part of our payment requires that we bring each and every single person on this ship back safely. So having a head count beforehand is always useful.
Oh, right. And for Azric and for Hayden, you know absolutely that the minimum amount of people to sail this kind of ship is going to be 10, and that is a literal skeleton crew.
Yep.
So y'all ain't going nowhere unless you got 10 people.
Okay.
Well, she does look like a sleek vessel.
Yeah, she's not one of the newest vessels, but not quite the end of her age either, so middle of the road, I could say. I'm not sure how many guns she has. I'm not sure. It varies between sloop to sloop.
Right. Anyone have any questions for the man here?
What kind of captain is Captain Ilara? Oh, what type of person is she?
Oh, Captain Ilara, very by the book, very meticulous, but yet sort of refined. Doesn't seem to yell as much as the others seem to do. Runs a pretty tight ship. Crew seems to listen to her.
Now, are you in her service, or are you just...
I mean, I'm here at the docks, so I see, you know, every crew come in, come out, shipments come in, come out, that sort of thing. So, you know, I kind of get an idea of just from people watching, not really talk to them that much other than to see credentials and stuff, but I mean, just what I observe anyway. You know, there's those captains who come in and they're yelling and screaming and, you know, and all that sort of thing, but she doesn't really do that.
How many cannons are on the ship?
I have no idea. I think that can vary depending on the mission, but I know that this kind of ship only has one deck, so I guess
From where we're at, are we able? I mean, we should be able to see guns, right? Or is it a little bit obscured from our view?
I mean, you could see like in this state, they're probably gonna like reservice it, put guns on the ship. They probably don't keep them in port, you know, depending on how often the ship leaves. You would know that a ship of this size would be like maybe between 10 and 15.
Thinking 6 to 10, but yeah.
Well, everything seems to be appear to be in order. Thank you for showing us the ship.
Yeah, of course. If you need anything, just feel free, and I'm sure Captain Ilara would give you the full tour if she was here. But you know, rules are rules.
Is there a local tavern where captains frequent before jobs, or?
You know, I'm sure there probably is. I just don't ever get invited, kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
But I'm sure there is. I could ask around, or you could ask around.
Well, that's a shame. I would invite you.
Well, thank you, young madam. I appreciate that. I like to
welcome.
think I get along with everybody. I'm pretty even keeled. You know, I don't like to cause a ruckus
Seem
or anything.
quite nice. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. I'm fair. You know, I wouldn't say nice. I'm you know, fair. You know, sometimes you gotta play, you know, the stern guard and such, but you know, not too often.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, I appreciate it. And he kind of reaches out to shake your hands.
Oh, I extend my hand.
All right. Well, I can just lead you all out, and I suppose I'll be seeing you in a few days.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name is Bartholomew. Is what my mother named me. Most people call me Bart, but depends on how fancy you want to be, I guess.
Well, it was a pleasure, Bart.
Right. And what about all your names?
My name is Azric.
I'm Emmy.
Gosh. And I put my hand out for him to kiss it.
Oh, he does, and kind of he's trying to be fancy, but he's kind of awkward at it because he's just like a guard. But he tries his best.
Thank you.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
Hayden.
Right.
My name is Cooter. Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, nice to meet you, ma'am.
What color are Bart's eyes?
Our sides are green.
And you said he was a dwarven man, or
He's
His part or-
a human man.
okay?
All right.
Do I still have those stones in my pocket or whatever?
Sure, if you want to have the gems, you can. Or I thought you sold them already.
Yeah, that's what I was asking if I had it or not.
It's up to you.
I thought we sold them.
Okay.
I mean, we're
Well,
in
the
the
ones I
process
had?
of selling them.
Yes.
To you. Up to you if you sold them, kept them, shared the gold. Your choice.
I still have mine, and I give him one of the green ones. And I say to him, "Be good. This might save your life one day."
What? What? I'm sorry, madam. I can't accept this. This would be worth a fortune. This is at least. I don't even know how many wages. A month and a half at least.
Consider paying it forward. It might save your life. It might not, I don't know, but I think that you will need it.
You should listen to her. She can see the future. Completely straight faced.
I'm just worried people might think you're trying to bribe me or anything like that. I don't like to keep secrets. And
Oh, this is not a bribe. It is for you. It is a gift.
I think we can accept gifts as long as I don't have to do anything.
No, it is for you.
Wow.
Poor guy.
And
Maybe I could go on vacation now.
And then I kiss his cheek and just walk away.
He's like dumbfounded, like he was gonna lead you all back, and he's just like, well, I'll be. Things are looking up for a bot. And yeah, so that's a shit ton of money for him, 50 gold. So most people skilled labor makes, I want to say a gold a day, I think, or 2 gold a day.
Mm.
And
That's about.
And then I think he would count as skilled labor being a guard. Makes sense. Yeah, 2 gold per day. So you've essentially just gave him about a whole month's worth of earnings.
That might save his life. Who knows?
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, he's just like, I'll lead you this way. And he just puts this nice green gem in his little satchel and kind of leads you all out. He just looks really happy. Well, you all have a very nice day, and let me know if there's anything that you need, and I'll see you here in a few days.
All right. Looking forward to it, Bart. Well, that might pay off in the future.
It might pay off, or maybe he needs it. I don't know. I felt like he could use it.
That's very generous.
He seemed really nice.
So, I think this would be a fine vessel.
Yes. Only problem, Hayden, is we're short 5 people.
Does anyone know how to get the message to somebody?
I could maybe send a message to someone. Who do you want to send a message to?
Well, I think we need to think of a plan of what we're going to do here. Depending on how many crew members are going to be.
Well, we could get Kurzak and Kozak and their team to assist.
We could. Nobody's gonna work for free, though.
Quite right, yes.
I'm sure there's plenty of able-bodied men about, men and women, for sure, who know the way around the deck of a ship. You could potentially find a few bodies in local taverns.
Yes, the only thing I fear, Hayden, is everyone around here plays by the book. We haven't really seen anything people willing to get dirty.
Fair point. And plus, how would we pitch it to them? Hey, we don't have the ship yet, but we will.
Yes.
I don't think that will work, so...
You all would know that there is very much a difference between hiring sailors and getting pirates. So hiring sailors is going to cost gold for X amount of time to be on the ship, right? If you're looking for pirates, then that's where you start getting into shares of loot that you get. And most sailors are gonna balk at, well, I'll say for one, sailing on a stolen ship, and 2, doing pirate things.
Now, question for you all: are you willing to burn our bridges here in Lenaris?
What does this mean to burn bridges? I'm not familiar with this.
It's you know how people build a connection with one another, like you and I, Emmy. We have a connection, like it's a bridge, a foundation. And
It's
I
not
do
a
something.
bridge. That's when you build a structure that goes over water.
Yes, that's fine. Anyways,
Okay.
if I did something that upset you, and you no longer want to be friends with me, the term is called.
What did you
burning
do?
bridges. No, I haven't done anything, Emmy. I'm just trying to explain
I
to you.
don't think
what
I'd be upset with you. I mean, because you're really, I really like. I mean, well, we're friends, and I wouldn't be upset with you.
Well, so we're going to borrow a ship, right?
Yes, you said that's
And
how
not-
ships worked.
And not give it back. And they're going to be very upset about that.
Why will they be upset? You said that on the surface we could just borrow a boat because that's how boats worked.
It's complicated.
Okay. Okay.
More on that.
I understand.
You all seem to be resourceful folks. Have you maybe an idea in mind for how we may pull this off and not burn any bridges?
Well, Taj and I have our ways to change our appearance. Really?
Oh, I can change my appearance too. Would that help?
Three of us.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could turn into like a crab or a turtle or like a fish or actually can turn into an alligator now. I've been practicing and I think I finally figured it out.
But if
Crocodile?
Alligator could work. We have
Three
an alligator
individuals.
on the ship. We got to evacuate everybody.
Oh, but they would
Neither
have.
would
I wouldn't hurt anyone. They wouldn't have to evacuate if it's me. If I'm the alligator.
No, you would. You would be vicious.
Oh, you want me to be like a real alligator? Like pretend? Like for fun?
I need to walk away for a second.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't.
It's all right, darling.
I don't know what I did.
we'll figure this out.
Okay. Should I just go talk to Cooter? I'll let you know. I think it's better if you guys do the planning. I think I just upset people, so I'm gonna go.
Emmy,
I'm gonna go talk to Cooter.
I'll just put my finger to her lips, like just silence for a moment.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, so we can make this look like another crew is attacking the ship. And that would be our pirate friends. Kurzak, the lizard bros. And the three of us who can change our appearance will be part of that crew, so our current contractual obligations are not, well, obviously they're going to be cancelled since we're taking the ship. But us as individuals will not be the ones at blame.
It is a good idea.
And you all think you can set this up in the 2 days' time that we have?
We'll have to be very quick about it, yes. But I believe Emmy has a means to send a message.
And
You guys might want to actually ask her about that. Just FYI.
let's say that's the
What can we
plan,
do?
right? Then we'll be too short showing up the day of. Do we say you felt ill and now there's only 3 of us for security detail?
That's you bring up a great point, Hayden. We'll be on the ship. Once attack starts, perhaps we fall overboard.
and come on board as somebody else.
It's not bad
Yes.
thinking.
Or we forget it and we all make 300 gold apiece, which is no small sum. It's up to you all. But then we'll be out of a ship.
True.
Where
Can I-
are you all intending on taking over the ship?
On the Isles.
Okay.
I guess I should ask. Is there a pressing need for a ship immediately? Is there somewhere you had in mind that you wish to sail to?
Not really. But as fun it is doing these honest jobs, makes me feel a little uneasy.
Really? Well, I see two options, like you said. One is we attempt to take this ship with a very tenuous plan. Or we take the money, complete the job, and find a ship down the line. Potentially in more agreeable circumstances, or we might not have to take it from a crew. Perhaps we could take it from a port.
Oh, we could take it at night or from somebody else.
True. I just, for clarification, didn't know if you were in a hurry to go somewhere.
Well, once we acquire this ship, Taj and I know a certain secret island that people of our profession like to frequent.
Hmm.
So we can
Wow.
get out of the kitchen fire, so to speak. But as you said, there's no really a rush. It's just I kind of feel restricted of not being so free to do as I want.
Hmm. And it just sounds like a fun idea. Why not have some fun? What is the point of life?
Do what you need to do to live your best life, my dears. I can tell you from experience, you won't regret it.
I see Coot is on board, but
Life pro
agreed.
tips
We
from
all
Cooter.
there is a high degree of danger if we proceed. So I think everyone needs to be on board because this will not be easy.
Well, I think we all agreed that we'd be willing to do it. We just want to hash out contingencies and make sure we have a solid enough plan going in, at the very least. We have 2 days to figure it out.
Well, let's talk to the lizard crew and see if that goes sideways. And then, yeah, the plan is kaput.
We can always abort the plan before the plan starts.
Very
But
true.
it doesn't hurt to have a plan. Just in case, you never know.
And
I'll
I'm
just go
willing
right.
to trust your judgment on this. Of course, you have plenty of past experiences, I believe, with this sort of thing, whereas I don't. None of us, us three here, have ever done this sort of work, so more than willing to follow your lead and trust your gut instincts.
Oh, all right. Well, let's make contact with the other crew, and we'll go from there. If it goes sideways, then yeah, then there's no reason to pursue our current plan. So I don't know if Emmy or Kuda, do you have any means of sending a message?
Oh, well, I can't send a message, but I could have a friend send a message for us.
How's that work? We tie a little tiny little note on?
No, I just tell that seagull and it could like take the message for us, but I need to know a location. So it has to be a location that I've been to.
Oh, well, that's going to be rather difficult because we don't know where they are.
I could, do you think they're here somewhere? I do have one other spell, but I don't really understand how you can make it work, but it may, well, maybe it could work if like you're really good at like, do you know like secret, like code words? Like, did you say what you wanted to say in like one secret code word?
In just one word?
Well, no, like, but okay, so here's the thing. I could have a spell and I could like write the message in the sky using the clouds. And they would maybe see it if they're here, like if they're near enough to see the clouds. But like, obviously then everyone can see it. So, I mean, it would have to be like a really specific, like, you know, like,
Perhaps we'd like to be a little bit more discreet, dear.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is I don't
But
know,
your,
like you
your
can't say.
seagull would be quite useful because Kuda just picks up like a little pebble and she's like, I can infuse these little stones with a message if you like. You'd have to be concise. Is this too heavy for your friend to carry?
Oh no, the seagull could carry it, but the problem is I have to tell the seagull where to go, and if I don't know where they are, then I mean I don't know where they are. But if you know where they are,
I don't believe Krazik and Crackles ever left where we were, no?
well, they left where we found them, but maybe they're here in like a.
Oh.
They seem like the type that might be on another boat by now, or maybe they're in a tavern. I read that that's where pirates like to hang out.
You know, because when you talked to them and said, go find a job, they said, we can't go to the city-state dummies because they'll kill us because we're pirates. And then you all were like, don't steal anymore. And they're like, okay. You don't know about if they even left or not or where they're at.
Yeah, we have no clue.
You just told them to stop fucking with the fisher people.
Could send a message to the fisher
Which
people.
is all I know with my keen mind.
They might have just
Maybe
stayed at
we
that
could get
tower.
some of those fishermen on the cheap.
It doesn't
They
have to
were
be a
after bit of
seagull.
work.
No, it doesn't. Oh, that's right. You don't like seagulls. It doesn't have to be a seagull. It just needs to be an animal that I can find. So, and like, I mean, it's like looking around for an
Well,
animal.
you don't need to interact with it, Hayden. You can close your eyes
then-
and we'll let you know when it's over.
The demon rat birds, they're not trustworthy.
Well, yeah, they're fine. I mean, I know lots of seagulls. Like, I have a lot of friends that are seagulls.
Why, Emmy, why can't you just deliver the message?
No, I can't. I have to tell. I can't. I don't. Well, you mean like I turn into a seagull and then go fly?
Yes.
I can't do that yet. I don't know how to fly. It's
Just
well,
flap
it's
your
kind of
wings.
no, I can't. I mean, I could turn into a seagull, but I haven't really figured out. I haven't really I haven't mastered flying yet.
All right.
What
It's
about
way
like
It's way
a
harder than it looks.
fast swimming fish?
I could do that, yeah. But they don't really swim as fast as you seem to think they swim, especially like if I don't know where they are. And like, I mean, it'd be faster to turn into one of those horses that you people really like. I could go faster as a horse, probably. Like if we wanted to go to see them, one of you could ride on me and I could like go and we could see if we find them over in where we found them before. We have a day?
2 days.
2 days. That didn't take us that long to get there before. How long did it take us to get there before? I forget.
Yeah, so
while ago.
right now, it's the afternoon. It takes a day to get out to where they were and then a day to get back. So if you just left and then went out there looking for them and talked to them and came back, you would make it in time for your meeting with Ilara on the day before your journey.
Or
What?
we could try Skywrite. And what if I just like write their names? And then like a meeting place.
Well, they can't come to the city.
Well, they can't come to the city. How are we going to get them like on the boat?
No,
Not
this
coming
plan
on
is-
the boat. They are going to pretend to rob the boat.
They could-
Cooter, with your keen mind, you remember that you all left a tiny boat on the way to Linares. It's probably on shore somewhere
Oh, yes.
because
we
it was out in the
did.
middle of nowhere. It's a tiny boat that might could fit some people.
That's what I was about to bring up. We have that little ship, but meeting them is going to seem very challenging.
You have no reason to believe that they've left where they were.
You just go. How
Right.
far is it?
To get there, a day.
We have 2 days. We can go and then come back.
It was where
Would it
the
be
fishing
faster to sail
place
on that
was.
little boat if we found it?
Imagine the boat's
Um,
faster.
Do I remember where we left it? I must remember where we left it.
Y'all just like put it up on the shore and like it's
I'm pretty
outside
sure we
of
took the
Linares.
boat to the. Yeah, we like took it to.
On a beach.
It's on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took it to like where the fishing village was or something, or just outside there or something.
Pretty sure I
Oh, that's right, 'cause we
can
left
turn
Rosadon
into
with the
something with
boat.
swim speed now.
Should
So
just be outside of the town.
I'm pretty sure a dolphin can outswim a boat.
Is boat travel, if we find our little boat, is that faster than going on foot?
We would bypass landscape.
Yeah, I mean it would be faster. So
Well-
Oh, that's fine. Let's go find our little
What's-
boat.
I've seen Cooter run really fast. We could just send Cooter and she could just like run really fast. I've seen it.
Wait. We have money. We can rent horses.
Or I could just turn into a horse and one of you could ride me. We don't all need to go, right?
I mean, what if there's danger?
Oh,
time
well,
we've left
bucket's
the city,
ready.
it's
So,
horrible.
I think we're good.
I think we should.
y'all are
I-
making this
together.
so complicated.
Let's get in the boat. Let's get in the boat. Let's get in the
Y'all
boat.
are
We're going. I'm getting in
hilarious.
the boat. I'm
But
getting
this
in
is
the
the
boat.
most D&D conversation ever.
Welcome to D&D.
Cooter's just like, north is that way. And we left the boat about that way. And
All
she
right,
just
to the
starts
boat.
walking.
We find the boat. This is the most D&D moment we've had in a while.
Okay, so you leave Linares and you make your way west, and you wanted to leave it far enough away someone wouldn't stumble upon it. So you walk for probably a few hours outside of the city, and you can see tucked behind some rocks there, pulled up, is the little tiny dinghy that you stole from Rosadon. It seems in okay shape. It's been sitting on land. There's like some sand and some water washed up in it. Some critters inside of it walking around, like some little tiny crabs and stuff.
Oh, there it is, right where I told you it would be. See? My keen
All right,
mind,
well.
nothing can escape this vault.
Excellent job, Cooter. Let's make way. We already lost a few hours.
All right, easy enough. You can hop in the little boat, and it's gonna take you half the day maybe to go.
I do actually have navigator's tools and I'm skilled with them if that helps.
you're going a couple miles down the shore, so
I just want to use my stuff, okay?
you'll have plenty of chances to use navigator's tools. I promise.
This is so expensive.
But yeah, you go along and you can just follow the shore. You pass up the fishing villages that you went by earlier, and then the last location that your friends were in that ruined tower, and you can get there. And I'm just gonna say half a day. So running towards the end of the current day. All right, and you can make your way up to sort of the same location where you all were ambushed. And as you sort of go into the area, almost the same exact place where you were, and you hear a voice, all right, that's far enough. We'll take everything. Oh shit, it's you guys. We weren't trying to rob you or anything, I promise. And you can see Kurzak kind of step out from the bushes. And he's like, hey, Kurzak, it's the people that we were gonna rob, but decided not to.
Good lads.
And then
Anyway.
Kurzak kind of comes out and goes, you mean the people that kicked our ass? Yeah, those people.
Well, good to see you're doing exactly what you were doing when we last left you.
We didn't do anything to the fishermen. That was the rules. We didn't rob them. We didn't hurt them. All right. Trying to fish, and it fucking sucks.
Well, we have a proposition for you two and your crew.
What kind of proposition?
We're looking to take a ship. And we are looking for more crew members to man said ship after we obtain it.
And Kurzak's trying to like play it cool. You see Kurzak's eyes go like really wide. Almost like dollar signs in his eyes, like cha-ching, we're in the money again. Let's get the fuck off this rock kind of thing. And Kurzak elbows him. Well, I mean, we would have to negotiate for shares and all that. And I mean, we're a very experienced crew. I mean, we were on the Bearded Crab. I mean, we're a hot commodity.
Right, which is why you were stuck on this island?
I mean, we're not stuck. We're just between ships at the moment. On a sabbatical.
Well, we are looking to take over a ship.
Well, you all know what crew Taj and I used to be on, so you know how capable we are.
Right. Why ain't you in that with that crew no more?
We did not worry ourselves with the past. It does nothing for our future.
You're between ships too, aren't you?
No.
I'm sure, yeah, you are. All right, hold on.
Listen,
Everybody can come out. And you see the two bugbears come out that were hiding, and you see the handful of goblins. There's 4 of them that sort of come out from behind walls and the cliffs and stuff like that. All right, so what's your offer first? You're gonna procure a ship.
Well, we can discuss terms now, but we have gotten a job, and this job will give us access to said ship, and we plan to take that ship.
Who offered you the job? Who are we crossing here?
Oh, the city, of course.
The city?
We take the ship right under the nose.
So it's one of Linaris's ships?
Oh, no. It's one of their,
It's a private vessel.
yes,
Belonging to...
Captain Alara.
But most of the crew are going to be egghead bookworms. Easy pick.
Oh, hold on. Did you get this job from the church?
Oh,
Yes, we did.
Well, which one is it?
Which one matters to you?
Well, Sneaky Boy says no. The Flamboyant Boy says yes.
Listen, do you want to stay on this rock, starve, and die? Or do you want to get off? And then we can return to the Black Wren Rock.
And he sort of narrows his eyes and looks. He's like, using that name a little, well, loose-lipped, aren't you? Is everyone
we
here?
are in-
They are good. We formed a crew.
All I'm gonna say is if you took it from the church that I'm in, because fuck those people, right?
Then that
Oh,
is
yes.
exactly what we did.
Fuck the church.
Yeah.
Yes. I did not like them.
Well, what's the plan? You're gonna...
Are they joining our crew?
We're negotiating, of course.
Oh. Well, you should join our crew because it's going to be a lot of fun.
What was your percent of the cut on the crab crew?
Well, I mean, of course, that just depends on what sort of job you're doing. Captain gets their shares. Quartermaster gets their shares. Bosun gets theirs. Depends on what you're going to hire us for and what you want us to do.
let's ask it a different way. What was your role on your previous ship?
Well, I did a little bit of, the Vanguard. Was a powder monkey for a little bit. Ran a gun crew.
You were a monkey?
No, powder monkey. Fired the cannons.
Oh. I understand.
Oh, what a fun
Do
job.
you understand?
Yes?
Do you?
Ultimately,
Yeah.
we need someone to man the ship. It's at least a skeleton crew of 10 members, minimum.
Well, he looks over at you all. 5.
Oh, don't look at me. I might know the little bit about how to sail, but do I look like I can pull jimmies and jiggle hammies and...
Same.
Well, there's 13 of us standing in here in this little circle. If 2 of them don't know shit about sailing, that brings us down to 11.
I know how to navigate by the stars. Actually.
Well, if you got a navigator, then we're in business.
Hey. I've read a lot of maps too. I know like a lot about maps.
So, the
What I
vessel.
want to know... Well, sorry. Well, we're negotiating, of course. What was your name again? I forgot, Sneaky Boy.
You can call me Hayden.
All right.
The vessel is a sleek sloop named the Expedient. It leaves in 2 days.
Plenty of time.
Azric, you want to fill him in?
Oh. The plan is we have been hired to escort for a geological survey to the Crescent Isles. And the plan is that we will sail to the Crescent Isles. You take this vessel here. Well, first of all, is that ship able to go to the little thing we got to the Crescent Isles?
I mean, we made it from Rosadon to Linares.
Technically? Maybe.
Technically, it's good enough. So you take this vessel here, meet us at the Crescent Isles, and then ambush the ship, and then we'll join you on the barrage.
But we will pretend to fall off and we will change our appearance so it doesn't seem like it is us.
All right.
Then
So
we
the
will
be a
take-
crocodile.
We will take these people here hostage. And
You-
then whatever happens to the rest of the crew, I do not care.
and you say I'm going to be a crocodile, and you look at Kurzak and Karzak, who are lizard folk that are crocodiles, essentially. That's the kind of
Doesn't
flavor
matter.
of lizard folk that they are. They're just going to look at you and, all right. So you're going to be on their ship. the expedience. You're going to the Crescent Isles. We meet you at the Crescent Isles. Alright, all I'm going to say is this has got to be quick and clean and quiet. And probably done at night. Because there's no way we're assaulting shit in that thing. And points over to your little dinghy.
Oh, the ship will be docked, or at least anchored. And we will be on the Isles. So there should be a minimal crew left on the ship. We're expecting maybe around 1 to 2 dozen crew members. But it's a small job, so we're assuming it's going to be no more than 15.
What kind of ship is it?
Sloop.
Alright. Crescent Isles. Skeleton crew of 10. You've got your bookworms, however many bookworms they bring. Yeah, about a dozen. So how are we gonna meet up and assault the ship together if you're on there surveying and we're assaulting?
We could make a signal. I could make a signal in the sky when it's time.
What will the signal say?
It will say, what would you like it to say?
It's time?
I could make it say it's time.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's descriptive, and everyone's kind of nodding their heads. And then one of the goblins says, "Could you put an exclamation point on it so we know it's really time?"
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
All right. He just sort of stands back and lets Kurzak keep talking.
Time! Exclamation.
Yeah, so you can quietly take out the crew guarding the ship while... And if we're doing this quick and quietly, we can just sneak away from the expedition and none would be the wiser.
Right, so what we're going to do is kill the crew on there. And then you meet up with us.
I thought we weren't killing anyone. I thought we were borrowing the ship.
You think we're just going to ask nicely and they're going to give it to us?
Yeah, that's what Azric said we would do.
Well, that can happen if we have more people. Overwhelming amount of force.
I didn't think we were killing anyone. That's not
If
what
you
I
can knock
agreed.
them out, that's great. But if accidents do happen...
No accidents. No.
This is what you wanted, Emmy.
No, you told me that we were borrowing the ship indefinitely and that was how this worked.
How did the stories go in your books?
Well, okay. Well, you mean like the pirate stories? Oh, well, okay. So like usually there's like the bad pirates and there's like the good pirates, and then the good pirates would fight the bad pirates, but then they'd still get the treasure in the end and save the day. And usually there'd be like a damsel, and they'd save her as well. And usually she was really pretty, like really pretty. And then usually there was like one guy, he was like the swashbuckler. That's the term they like to use, and he'd be wearing all black and like a mask. But I imagine he'd kind of look like you, Azric, but like with like a mask. You should wear a mask. Actually, it'd be a really cool look for you. And then he would like do something really smart and then like threaten everybody like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, and really he wasn't gonna do this thing. He just told everybody he was doing this thing, but then they believed him, so then he was able to diffuse the situation with nobody getting injured.
So
he's really smart. That's the main guy. The main guy has to be really smart.
if
Oh,
you're
Hayden should be the main
People
guy.
with oozing masculinity, is that the plan?
Oh yes, threatening. It's not really threatening. It's more like charming everyone with your oozing. That's the word. Yeah, masculinity. I think maybe Hayden should do that part actually.
Right, so anyways, Kurzak, if you could make them go to sleep...
No, I'm Kozak. That's Kurzak.
Sorry, apologies. You're both up. Anyways, and I'm like winking. If you can make them sleep while you're boarding, that would be fantastic.
Right, if you want to minimize casualties, then of course we could just take out the captain and whoever the first officer is, and then everyone else usually just crumbles.
Excuse me, and like Emmy's like looking to Taj to make sure she hasn't like crossed the annoyance threshold. Excuse me, when you say take out, could you clarify?
We'll
Take them out on a ship.
Oh, so you just take her out on a ship away from the boat? so that we could borrow it.
Right, we would ask them nicely to surrender, and if they didn't, we'll just take them out somewhere no
On
longer
a
there.
For
Trip?
dinner, what then they will discuss.
Will you
for
take her
that.
to dinner? Okay. Where you'd ask if we could borrow the ship.
Right,
course,
but
yes.
you will not be talking
Okay.
to her or any of the crewmates about any of this. You will actually, once we leave this area,
Right, you said it was
never
a
dis-
surprise.
we will never discuss it again.
Okay. Well, I have one more question. You know, so usually, okay. Well, in the books, I mean, I know it's silly, but like in the books, usually when they steal a ship or lie to people or trick them, it's usually for like a good reason. What's our reason?
The church is evil and we fucking hate them.
Oh, I do agree. I do agree with that, but I still don't really like understand the end goals.
So there could possibly be a secret war amongst a lot of people,
There's a
and
secret war.
we have been over this. You know about the papers.
I thought we didn't know, but you're saying there's a secret
There is
war
going
between the
oh
church
God, I
and
cannot. Azric,
One of the other goblins kind of comes up and holds up their hand, and you see that their pinky is missing. And she says, "The hunters chopped off my finger. Is that a reason?"
Yes, that is a reason. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Good.
No, it's not good. Well, can you grow it back?
No.
Oh,
We
You're
really
fine
do
now?
mean it about
Emmy?
keeping casualties to a minimum. If you are as fine a man as you say you are, and as this is fine a crew as you say it is, you should have no problem taking this vessel by keeping casualties to as low as possible.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Quick and fast. With a show of force, most crews will crumble in no time. Of course, which leads to the next question is what do we do with the people that are surrendered?
I know this one.
Yeah.
I-
Yes, Emmy.
Do you want me to call on
so
you?
Usually in the stories, when the crew surrenders, so usually the good captain will make them an offer to join his crew, and he'll say, "If you join my crew, not only will you be spare your lives, but you'll see riches, and also you'll be doing the right thing because we'll be robbing from the rich, in this case the church, and giving it to people who really deserve it, like the poor."
in this case, us.
We're poor.
Well,
Hmm.
I guess that's true. But yeah, we could do that. We could offer them to join our crew, and then if they join our crew, then they have to be on our side because that's like the law or something.
Well, I mean, of course, that is a standard procedure, but what about the ones who say, no, I'm not joining your crew? I suppose we could maroon them there when they become looking for them at some point, I'm sure.
We could maroon them, but usually in the stories, if you maroon someone, then they find you somehow and murder you.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be
What are we
murdered.
gonna do with the surveyors?
Well,
Emmy,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Mhm.
dream is to be a pirate, correct?
Yes.
And to become pirates, we need a ship.
Yes.
So we're
Yes.
going to take this ship from them.
Yes.
Fulfill your dream.
Yes.
Okay.
And
in order
then-
to do that, we have to ask them for the ship.
Yes.
And Kurzak and Karzak are going to make them go to sleep.
Okay.
And then when they
Well, that
all wake
seems
up,
fine.
they're all going to be together on the island while we sail away.
Yeah, that
become
seems
a
like
real
a really
pirate
good
crew.
option, because that way nobody gets hurt, and they're on an island, and islands are really great places with lots of food, so they're going to be fine.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I'm in favor of this plan.
Very good.
Okay. Well, you could have
Island
just said
life
that.
is the perfect life, dear.
Yeah, that's what I read. The islands are the perfect life. A lot of people retire there.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots to eat. Like, it's really easy.
Not those islands are haunted.
Wait, what?
Yeah, everyone knows Crest Isles are haunted.
What do you mean haunted?
By happy spirits, Kozak.
Well, all
Happy
islands are
friendly.
haunted by
Yeah.
spirits. That's like, and I just like pointed at a bush, and I'm like, that's like saying this bush is haunted by a spirit. It is, duh.
Oh, see? Then there's no problem.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad we can all agree and not complicate any more of this plan.
And we must get revenge for this goblin's finger.
Yes.
What is your name, sir?
Oh, my name's Chowder, and I'm a ma'am.
Chowder, you're a man?
No, a ma'am.
You're
Yes.
a man?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a female. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You just have a very deep voice.
I'm a goblin.
I like it.
Right. So you will take this ship here, meet us at the Isles, and on the cover of Nightfall, Emmy will write in the sky the message with the exclamation point. It's time. And then Taj, myself, and Emmy will change our appearances. And Kuda and Hayden will pretend to be on the side of the church and the captain and the guards, so they're her crew. And once that is all dealt with, we will take them as hostages. Cooter and Hayden, they'll be in on the plan, of course. We will take them as hostages onto the ship, and then we sail away. Sounds good.
Is this good if I... Wah! And she like pops into her shell. Is that good?
I thought so. Yeah. Yeah.
Good enough, yes.
Pops back out. Okay, let's do it.
Oh. All right, what I want to know is who's going to be the captain, who'll be the quartermaster, and the rest of the officers.
I know this. Azric, you should be the captain. Because in the books, the captain always is very dark and mysterious. Oh, maybe Hayden should be the captain. The
I will
captain
be
should
the captain.
definitely be Azric or Hayden. But what if Hayden wants... Okay. And then
Well,
the
I mean, I guess we could
quartermaster...
vote for it if they both want it.
Okay, well, we could vote. Do you both want to be captain?
I will be captain. Unless Hayden disagrees, and then we can pull to a vote.
If you're to be the captain, then I'll be nothing less than your quartermaster.
Agreed.
Well,
But
that
then
was
what is
easy.
Taj? I thought Taj would be quartermaster.
It does not matter. A title is a title. It does not mean anything.
What job are you going to do, Taj?
What does need to be done?
Well,
The cook?
you're one of them spellcasters, right?
Hmm?
I mean, I know for a fact she's obviously the deck wizard.
Deck wizard is a station.
If you got a wizard, they're the deck wizard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Does your book not tell you everything?
You know, magic's not really always, well, you know, okay, so the books are written by people that don't always like magic. So they try to make the heroes be like your everyman thing. It's actually really exclusionary because there's never any druids in the books. So
All I want to say
turtles.
is that is the absolute fastest I've ever seen someone be decided captain without any bloodshed.
Well, we don't have a lot of time to fight amongst ourselves. We only have 2 days. So,
All right,
If
so
we fought to the death, it would kind of defeat the purpose, and I suppose we wouldn't end up with enough people for the sloop.
We're a different breed of pirates.
right.
You are
So-
quite politerates.
You talking to me?
No, Azric, he's a politerate more than he is a pirate.
Did she just call you spineless?
No.
That was funny.
Actually, I have no idea what she means, to be honest.
Okay,
Can't
so
say I've ever heard that term
Azric
myself.
is the captain. Hayden's the quartermaster. Taj is the deck wizard. You said
He's
you
our
can
navigator.
navigate, and he points to Emmy. You're the
Yes, I can navigate.
sailmaster.
I've never technically navigated for a boat, though. I should probably tell you now. This would be my first time.
Any of you a doctor or anything? Smart with medicine and healing shit?
Oh, that would be me.
All right, surgeon. Grandma. What's your name, Grandma?
Cooter.
You can call her Grandma, though. That's what we call her.
Oh,
Right.
Grandma Cooter, yes. I get Gram, Grammy, Granny, Grandma.
Mimi, Grandma. Old
Got it.
Coot.
All right. What does that leave you, Kazak?
And so they kind of look at each other. And then Karzak whispers into Kurzak's ear. And Kurzak whispers back. And they sort of talk it out. And then Chowder steps forward. I want to be the cook.
Chowder's the cook.
What are your qualifications, Chowder?
I was the cook on the bearded crab.
Good enough for me.
We might be drawing Chowder next art stream.
And so Kurzak comes back and says, I'll take nothing less than bosun. Karzak's gonna take nothing less than gunner. The lead gunner, that is.
Deal.
The bosun's in charge of the crew, in case anybody didn't know. I read that in the book, too.
And as for the other goblins?
Well,
Yeah, how many
the
goblins
rest
were
of
there?
them are just crew. So you've got Zar and Gado, the bugbears, and then you've got, of course, Grimma and Paga and Slug.
All right.
Sorry, what?
I'll get you a list.
That's amazing, though.
Well, then we have an accord.
Chowder and Czar and Buggo and Slug. You know, normal crew names.
Avi.
What's the timeline, Max, now?
For it's still the
when
same
we-
day. It's in like the evening. So
I wanna-
you could.
I want to make sure they show up on the right time. Because
So
how many
you
days to
s-
get to the Isles?
you set sail 3 days from now. And it will take about a
2
day
days.
to get to the islands or so. A day or two. Safer to say 2.
Okay. All right, we set sail in 3 days' time, and it'll take about 2 days to get to the isle. And then cover nightfall, that's when we attack.
How are we supposed to see the message in the sky if it's nighttime?
You can't see clouds in the sky at night. What's wrong with you?
What if it's dark?
There's going to be a moon and no city lights.
Well, hold on here just a second.
It'll be clear
We're
as
leaving
day.
in 3 days. And then 2 days to get there. I mean, yeah, that'd be just a little bit after full moon, so yeah, we'll probably some moon, alright?
Yeah, I'm a druid. You really shouldn't question me about where the moon's going to be.
Well, I'm the bosun, and I'm supposed to make sure the crew gets taken care of.
Okay. I'm the navigator. I know where the moon and stars are going to be. So,
Any of y'all have any carpenter's tools?
yes, I also have those and am skilled with them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need those then if I want to be the bosun.
Oh, do you know how to use them? Actually, I don't have any of those. Sorry, I got confused. I have calligrapher's supplies.
Some of y'all pick some of those up on the way, because I mean, the ship may
well,
have
I
some
could
then.
always make you some.
That's even better. Can you engrave my name on them and put like bosun on there for me? Something like nice to have, like to christen the new ship. We also
Wait,
have
is
to name the
Kurzak
ship.
or Karzak the bosun?
Kurzak is the bosun. Karzak
is bosun.
Karzak is the gunner, the lead gunner. I'm gonna get y'all a list now.
Are they both caves?
I
or
believe
one
I
cave
can.
is
I've got
the-
right tool for the job, which I'm guessing could actually literally do that.
What was your question, Ezra?
You already answered it with your text to us.
I'm so excited to get on this boat.
Mayhem.
This is 100% me. Oh, Chowder. These names. Fantastic.
Well, in the event that you cannot see at night, I will cast light on a bullet, and Hayden will fire it into the air as a backup.
I mean, that's fine. We'll just look for. All right, that's probably fine.
They'll see the clouds. Unless they're blind.
Is there a general pirate wages that I know about based on the positions of everybody?
So typically, what happens with a pirate crew is there's not wages. They take a share of like plundered loot. So typically, like a captain and the quartermaster will take 2 shares each. Sailmaster, bosun, and any other officers will take like 1 and a half or something. Everyone else will get like 1. So we can work all that stuff out later, but we'll figure that out.
Is it Gadu? That's pronounced?
Yeah, it's Gatto. Let me fix that one.
Gatto. Okay.
All right. And you mentioned what we should name the ship?
Well, I was saying we're gonna need a name for the ship. We can't leave it the same name because then people will know it's the same ship.
Oh, well, I'm kind of the unfortunate.
The
Those who
unfortunate
encounter us.
what?
Just the unfortunate.
What makes it unfortunate?
Whoever encounters us are very unfortunate.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that's a good one. And the rest of people are looking around, and Kurzak goes, laugh! And they go, and they all start laughing.
All right. Looks like we have a plan.
All right, we'll see you in 5 days or so.
Yeah, yep, sounds about right.
Very well, then. Pleasure doing business with you. Shakes your hand.
Yarr!
Yes.
That's what we say, right?
We'll work on it.
Okay.
And listen here, I have spare rations, so I'll leave them 8 rations.
All right, that'll help.
I can give them some too. Actually, I bought extra. That way they don't have to buy food until we meet again is the goal, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give them 3.
Yep. So there's 8 of them, and they eat a ration a day, and it'll be 5 days. So they're gonna need 40 rations, but they're gonna have to forage or do something like that.
Yeah, we gave them some, so.
Sure. All right, and anything else?
If we need,
What's that?
do we have to go back to town first anyway, and like we can just stock up more rations if we just unload ours?
Yeah,
these
y'all
guys.
can.
Oh yeah, let's just give them our rations then. That way they're like good to go.
So I will give them 20 total then.
And I'll give them, I said 3, but I'm going to give them 10.
Sure.
And I have 9, so
So that'll about just cover them then.
Yeah, I think I have 10. I have to look.
Mm-hmm. And then you know that you all will make it back in like half a day tomorrow with your, well, I guess you can't take the little boat because they need it. So it's going to take you a full day to walk back.
Well, I can turn into a horse.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
fine.
come out in the
And-
wash. It's fine.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Or you can forage or whatever. So it's fine. It'll work out.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right.
Let's go. I'm so excited.
Are you all going to stay this evening here with us? A first night
no.
as a crew? It's already dark. What are you going to do? Walk in the darkness back to the city?
Would
guess
you
you
know
make-
any pirate songs that you could teach us?
Maybe.
All right. Yeah. I we'll stay the night then, since it's already so late.
All right. All right, and you all can stay the night with the new crew of the future crew of the unfortunate. And for this evening, it is up to you all if you'd like to discuss anything before you head out in the morning.
Kozak, what happened to your captain? I know you said your ship was blown up, if I recall correctly.
Well, the hunters took him.
Well, all right.
I mean, they took over the ship. They made it out alive. Rest of the crew, who knows what happened, but pretty sure they probably took the captain.
Do we know where like they take them, or is it just like the Rossadon and there's a jail?
The Divine Order of Conservancy doesn't necessarily work just out of Rossadon. That's the one thing that is funded by every city-state. So wherever their headquarters of operations is, you're not sure. But it's not just Rossadon. They're the ones that are everywhere. Funded by every city-state.
All right. Well. Well, I think we should turn in. It's been pretty safe out here. You guys haven't really need for watches or anything.
I mean, now there's a dozen of us or so not a big deal. We can take turns.
Excellent. Then I shall turn in.
And Slug sits next to Emmy, who's the little goblin young man, and goes, I can teach you the one about the drunken seagull if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
And Slug will teach you a sea shanty about a drunken seagull.
Love it.
Oh,
I'm writing it in my
amazing.
notes.
How does
in my
that go
notes.
again? Can you tell me?
I'll tell you, Nick. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when you're older.
Well, there once was a seagull that drank too much, and they drank too much, and they drank too much. That's all I got.
And then he sank too much to the bottom.
And then he sank
of
too
the
much, and he
ocean
sank
floor.
too much on the ocean floor.
Amazing. Bravo.
Help
So
from
happy
you,
right now.
Max. No.
I'm so happy right now
Inspiration for you both for singing, for making up a sea shanty.
for embarrassing ourselves on
Yay.
stream. Thank you.
Alrighty. So unless there's anything else, you all can safely make it back to Rossadon, or not Rossadon, to Linares at the end of the next day. So from there, end of next day, you can pay your was it 3 silver to stay the night at the Albatross, and then you know that you have a meeting with Captain Inara later that day. And I think that would be a good time to go ahead and call the episode.
Ooh.
So next episode, you all can meet with Captain Inara, ask the questions you have for her, and then the following day, execute your plan. Hopefully.
All right.
Depends how long it takes us to execute.
Yeah, sure. But anyway, thanks everybody so much for watching and hanging out with us. I hope that you enjoyed this here episode. With that being said, on Monday will be Tome of Knowledge, and then no art stream on Tuesday, and then Thursday Out of Combat for this episode will be out on YouTube as well as our podcasts. So definitely go check that out so you can see some behind the scenes stuff, conversations. With that being said, anything else you all want to add before we wrap it up?
If you have ideas for Tome of Knowledge, make sure to go to the Discord and tell us. And likewise, if you have ideas for the art streams, right now I'm wondering if I should draw Chowder. I don't know. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know, because I'm open to feedback. So go to our Discord, join the Discord, and tell us what you want to see as far as content goes, because I don't know. We're happy to please.
We're happy to please.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We are 200 hours or less than 200 hours away from reaching 3,000 hours viewed on our YouTube channel, which gets us the new YouTube mini affiliate thing or whatever it is.
That's so close.
Throw it up in the background while you're doing your chores, you know? Maybe you're grilling out this weekend, throw it on in the background and go outside and grill. Who you know, does us a huge favor and costs you nothing. So
Yeah, even if you're pumping iron, great way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have
also
to do all of those things today, so
perfect.
that'll be me.
Yeah.
Wait, what do
Yeah.
they do in Australia for the 4th of July? You don't celebrate it. Do you guys
Nothing,
do anything
no.
fun this weekend? Nothing's going on?
I have a con tomorrow that
Well,
I'm
I
going
thought
to
maybe they
get
cursed
Mac
America or
on.
something. I don't know.
I think Australia
No.
likes America.
Wait, does Australia like America? Are you the only other country that likes
We're
America?
supposed to be allies because America's the only
Crazy.
closest thing that we have to an ally that isn't the monarchy.
I love I love Vegemite.
That's
Did I say the right one?
Yeah, you have to eat it correctly. People don't eat it
On
correctly.
toast with
They go
butter?
and just put like a spoon and no, it's literally yeast paste.
Eat it with a
like
spoon?
sparingly.
Oh no, it's sparingly
Buttered
and with
toast.
butter. Yes.
You can also use it in soups for seasoning.
Yes, I do that.
That'd be
Chili.
really good with
Chili.
soup.
Look, listen, Americans, I know you're cooking some chili this weekend
It's
for
the
your
umami.
put that Vegemite in there. That's why we like Australia. That
Pro tips
I don't
from
know anything
Nina.
else about Australia.
Pro tips from Nina. But with that being said, thank you all so much for those of you that followed and subscribed. We don't shout it out during the
Thank
stream because
you.
we're in full immersive mode, but we do see it. And thank you very much for supporting us. But with that being said, we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Happy 4th, everyone in the
Bye.
States. See you all next time.